And here we are. We are back. We lost signal for just a second, but we are back in a big hand. Jose G, Murray, and Eric. Ace 5, Ace 3. It looks like almost the same hand we had a while ago.
Yeah, that Ace 3 and that Ace 5 really making the rounds here. And Jose keeping up the aggression, but Eric with even more aggression. Now Jose has to decide this is not really a calling spot for him. He's either going to have to shove or he's going to have to fold. And he does elect to fold. With the backdoor flush draw, he gets out of there. Eric actually had the best hand there with the Ace 5, 2 pair on the flop. And good raise, good raise. We'll be on hand number 6.
Hand number 6 in the main event. The winner of this, $18,000 total given away. $12,000 to the winner, $3,000 to second, almost $2,000 to third, and $1,220 to fourth place.
It's almost like there are no losers in this tournament. Almost. You got some good prizes up top. You got some good cash if you do make it to position 4. So real interesting tournament here. We're going to have a money bubble, and we're also going to have the main event at the World Series of Poker bubble.
Yes.
Interesting stuff. And Kikoa with the Queen 10 actually getting pretty good cards here. Pretty playable, but he decides to throw that one away. Out of position, that is kind of a tough hand to play, especially off-suited like that. Jose with the 9-7 has to get rid of that one.
I hate folding.
Yeah, me too. That's why I don't make it to final tables. Now Scott with the Ace Quisha.
Moving on around, Big Taco 55 Duplantis. Let's go with the best hand in poker. 5-3 is in the muck. Murray with King Jack, the patent Kojak.
There it is.
I figure he's going to fold in that spot.
Yeah, and the small blind, that's a real tough one. You face a raise and a call. You're usually going to be dominated in that spot. And he didn't know it. He wasn't exactly dominated, but yeah, it's real tough to play. There it is. 5-3 so strong right now.
5-3 is so strong. Pocket 5s is better this hand.
Pocket 5's a little bit better.
Hey, thanks for joining in, Brad Ellis, Ruben Nixon, Thomas Aureliano, and Justin Garcia. Thanks for joining in that fast. We had a little internet fumble, lost signal for just 1 second, but we are back hotter than ever.
Oh, yeah.
George and Charlie, and we got little Kevo back there. We'll call him Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
We'll flip around so you can
flip around.
You can see a little Kevin Hart back
there.
I do think Kevin Hart's a little bit taller though.
Oh man,
he's so focused. He's not even
looking.
He's not even paying attention.
He'll watch the stream back and then he'll get your number, Charlie.
Hey, we will be able to talk a little bit about his Mahomes haircut.
Love it. Love to do.
Oh, so here we go. Button moves around to seat number Murray. Hey, want to give a shout out to Murray and our official sponsor, Long John Silver's. He brought me some Long Johns today.
Hey.
We are part of the cult that keeps that place active. What's going on, Brad? Glad you joined in today. Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody watching. And this is why we do it for you guys at home, so you guys can take part in some exciting poker action, whether you made it to the final table or not. Hey, we're all right here with you. Hand number 7, lucky number 7. Jose looking at Ace 7. And Bo under the gun with the Jack 10. He's probably going to let that one go. Oh, man. Make a liar out of me, Bo. Come on. Bring the action. Love to see it. Blaze with the woof, the K9. Big Taco with the Robbie Lou. And I believe that's actually the suit of Robbie's hand. He lets it go, obviously. No 5-3, Charlie. Sorry to disappoint.
It's all right. It is the strongest hand in poker. We all know it out there.
It is what it is. And Kikoa looking like he's coming along, I think.
What's going on, Lauren? Anaya, the bomb pot casher. She seems to cash in every single tournament. Scott's out here. He's Team Scott. I mean, sorry, Brad is Team Scott.
Okay.
Who do you have in the chat? Who are you cheering for? Ace Quisha on the board.
Wow, 2 diamonds right there. Kikoa actually improving to a flush draw.
Bo's got the gut shot to the king, and Bobby's just looking for backdoor clubs, and it doesn't fit there.
Nope.
Kikoa just got super strong.
Super strong. Pairing a flush draw heading to the river is a great spot to be. Now, he's out of position, so he's got check-raising options, but he just decides to bet outright.
That's one thing about Keikoa. He is aggressive, but he's aggressive at points that it matters when he's got equity in the hand, as you were speaking about earlier. And just that 4,000 right there, it is now heads up. Bo looking for king, jack, or 10. He's got 8 outs. 3 of them are gone.
Oh, it's a diamond right there. Keikoa hitting the flush, but not a very high flush. However, when you have that ace and the queen on the board, that 6 high flush does look a little stronger because you know nobody's holding the nut flush.
And he leads out with about 17,000 chips. But the hard thing about this is if Bo was to come over to the top,
Right.
he could only call. But
Right.
the question is, can he call?
Can
That's
he
hard.
call?
6 high flush, it's highly unlikely that Bo's holding 2 diamonds in his hand also. And Keikoa knows that. But
He does have the 10.
I was going to say, Bo's also at a level that he could.
Ooh, he does decide to let it go. Good fold right there. Would have loved to raise, would have loved to fold. Either one, I think, a good play.
Hey, I just noticed seat number 10, Jose Gutierrez. He's got a poker tattoo on his right arm.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Jose made it to the final table last time we did this main event series here. Jose bringing a lot of heat, bringing a lot of action. And seat number 1, Johnny Blaze, bringing a lot of heat, bringing a lot of action also. Love the glasses every time I see them, those yellow tinted lenses. I think that's really cool.
Johnny Blaze going to be the +1. Looking at 3 deuce. Jose sitting in seat number 10 is under the gun with 65.
A couple of unsuited connectors for both of these players.
Can't really play those in a position like this. Big Taco looks down at 10-6. That's going to be going in the muck. He's wearing. He is WSOP ready. Look at him coming in his hat.
You're right. Man, look at him go. He's ready to go. Ready to go to Vegas.
Welcome in, Roy. Welcome in, Viviana. Welcome in, Renee Gears, one of our brushes up here. Beautiful lady. Love having her in here. Debbie, thanks for joining in. And Renee is right. Great action, all phenomenal players. You don't make it to a stream unless you got to get a little bit lucky.
That's true.
But you also have to be good to get there. All these players played their hearts out, and this is where they stand. Bo looks down at Acey Deucey Diamonds. He lost the diamonds last hand, so he said, let's see how they work for me.
Yeah. Diamonds must be hitting. I'm going to go for it.
What's going on, Mr. Thomas Bowden?
Ooh.
6-7. Didn't one of the players fold 6-7, or was that 6-5? And 3 deuce.
Actually, I think it was 6-7 and 3 deuce.
All right, it was close to that. It was something like that, but the flop comes out 6-7 of hearts, 3 of clubs, and ace 8 is in the wicked lead.
The wicked lead. Love
And it
that.
gets even stronger. 93% to take home this hand, ace 8.
Man. Just with ace high.
Yes.
And that's mainly because Bo just does not have a kicker. He's got the ace, but he's only playing the board. That 8 actually working for Eric, and he bets it. Bo folds. Still hanging on to, I believe, the biggest stack right now, though. Bo at 356K. Next up is Keikoa at 351K and Murray at 342K. So pretty tight pack near the top of the board, the top 3 places there. And at the bottom, we've got Jose G with 60K and Duplantis at 66.5.
Duplantis must have taken a big hit, lost 28 on that one hand, lost 28,500. He is down right now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players down from their starting stacks. We've got 2, 3, 4 players that are up from their starting stacks at the table. And it's going to be a hard fight. We're only on hand number 8. We're playing down to just one
player. One lone player.
What's going on, Cody, Almenderes, and Lane? Thanks for joining in, watching. Tracy Manning, thanks for coming out to watch some Kojaks, and you get to look at Kojak in Eric's hand.
There it is.
Yes. So Eric says, I like the King Jack. It's
You
on the
got to
table.
play it. You got to play it today.
Scott looks down at 9-3. I love that hat, Make-A-Wish. Scott's a big golfer.
Love it.
And that is a golf hat right there.
Very cool.
Duplantis, ace 5 suited. That might be good enough to get them all
Thinking
in.
about it. There it goes.
But it's not good enough to
He
get them
does
all
just elect for a call, wants to see a flop. That is one of the hands that plays really good post-flop if you smash it. But not really a great hand to go all in with. Bo with the pair of 6s is exactly the reason why. If Duplantis had gone all in and Bo calls, he would be in bad shape. And Bo thinking about it, though. Does he want to push Duplantis all in? Does he want to isolate? No, he just makes a call. Jose getting out of there with that 10-3. Let's see how many clubs come on the flop. Just one. King 10-7. Eric got top pair now. Smashing Bo. Bo has no hope with the pair of sixes.
But the question is...
Oh, no, I was about to say, unless a six comes.
Bo knows.
Wow.
Who knows the 1990 score? Best baseball, football card, Bo Jackson holding the shoulder pads with the baseball bat. Bo knows. And there
Bo
he is.
knows.
Set of sixes versus the King Jack of Eric. And you notice the King Jack is blacked out. It's grayed out. The check mark's already next to Bo's name.
0 outs right there.
And that six is so well hidden. And the King Jack is so strong.
So strong on that board, especially with the Jack of Hearts. You know, it makes it a lot less likely. You can't be up against Ace Jack of Hearts, for example.
And that's kind of the card that Bo was looking for.
Yeah, pair on the board.
Yes, but it would have been better if it was Bo, if it was a 7 of hearts.
Oh, that's true too.
Yes, if it was a 7 of hearts, that would have been Bo's gin card. That would have got all the chips in. But it does not. And Bo's sitting here thinking, he's thinking, how many chips can I get?
Yeah, can I get all 203,000 of those? Bo boating up. We call them Bo boats.
Yeah, Bo boats. Thanks for joining in, Megan, Josh, Roddy. Y'all are looking at a boat. Bo's rowing with sixes full of sevens. Can Eric make this call, though? 27,000 into a 40,000 chip pot, and he does make the call.
It's a good deal for top pair. He gets the bad news. Leaning back in the chair. You hate to see it. You never see the sets coming, especially that 666, the devil's set.
Never, and that's the thing about those small pairs. You call along with those because you're set mine and you're looking for something big, and that's exactly what happened. George Mag joining in.
Hey.
Keeley joining in. George, we got a seat open for you. We got 1-2 going, about to start a 5 on the button table. We are poker ready at Kojak's. We've got our brand new calendar out, and it's back here. This is what George and myself have been talking about.
Yep.
We got action on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, Sundays, and then cash games running on Tuesdays and Fridays.
The whole time.
It is go time.
The whole time.
And it is time to give away a $12,000 package to one of these players.
I can't tell what I'm more excited about. That new cash tournament on Sundays this month or this main event that we're watching right now.
So we're going to reach over
it's gonna be
and
awesome.
bring that in.
Look at that.
This is, it's crooked.
This one right here.
Yes.
$120 entry. 1, 2, 1, 3, sorry. 1, 2, 1, 3, and 2, 5. It
is going to be a lot of fun.
Cool structure. Real, I haven't seen that anywhere. That's pretty unique. It's going to be fun.
There's been some rooms around Texas that have been trying it. The River League's done it a couple times. They love it. And so we love new stuff over here. We're going to see how the players take to it. So be sure next Sunday you are here before 3 p.m. It's going to be a crazy thing. And however many tables we have is how we run it.
That's it. No late entry. So make sure to get here for that tournament.
So pocket nines, queen 10 went quickly in the muck by Murray.
Kakao with the ace 10.
Bo with the jack 3 suited in the muck.
Blaze with the queen 9, kind of playable from the big blind. Not really. I don't expect him to come along with that.
Well, it's essentially 4,000 more for 28. So he's getting
great
7
odds.
to 1. Yeah, 7 to 1 on his money. I don't know too many Kojak's players that can fold 7 to 1 on money. So here we are. Queen 9
we are a
suited,
different breed.
Pocket 9s not suited, ace 10, and the Kojak's guess the hand of Big Taco.
Guess the hand.
Flop comes out perfect for Johnny Blaze.
Wow, up and down with the flush draw.
Oh.
And he checks it.
And Big Taco leads out. And look at this. Blaze just won the huge 6 club tournament that we had with all the poker houses, CCC.
Wow.
And he won $40,000. And so here he is looking for a free entry into the main event.
Hey, man, let it ride. That's what I say.
Oh, Megan, the only thing that looks better than that calendar is the commentator. We're going to flip it around one more time so you can get a piece of this or a piece of this.
Look at this. Look at this.
That's it right there. Coming to you live from Kojak's. Here we go. Keikoa picks up middle pair.
What?
Blaze folds to the 15,000 chip bet.
Unbelievable.
So it is big, and that would have hit his flush.
That would have hit his flush, a queen high flush. Kakao with the ace of clubs actually improves to a
nut flush
draw, and he's got the pair to go along with it.
So I wonder with this guess your hand if Big Taco's got something like king queen of clubs.
Yeah, or
and
that's
Blaze
possible.
Just knew it.
That's possible. Well, he couldn't have king queen of clubs. But
King,
he could have king 10 of clubs.
nope, the 10 was, nope, it could have been.
Could have been. Or maybe he's got a set of jacks. He sure is betting big. Those 15,000 bets. Oh, wow, look at this.
Oh, and
Blaze
another
of
club.
Void's disaster. Unbelievable. And just like that, Big Taco, yeah, he's having a little trouble. I believe, actually, that should be the nuts. And Big Taco bets into it. 15,000 once more. Each street, that 15K number has come up. Now Kakoa, he's got a decision to make. How much can I raise? He is getting together some raisin chips. Oh, man, a big old stack right there.
And so no matter what, it's going to be detrimental if Frankie's got the king, because he's going to have to know that the ace is in play. That's a 75,000 chip bet into 100 and plus thousand. That's 182s now in the pot.
This is the first big pot that we've seen so far in the day. And look at this. Oh, he flashed. I think he flashed something on his way out. But he does elect to fold. Good fold there, folding to the nuts. Big Taco making the good laydowns. And Kakoa chips up. I think that, yeah, that's enough to put him in the chip lead. He's at 421,500 chips. And he's going to take his sweet time stacking them. All right, we've got the chat window on the screen, so let us know how you liking the game so far. What's your favorite hand to play under the gun?
5-3. we're going to go ahead and throw
Should've
that out
seen
there.
that one coming.
Yeah, you knew that was heading out before you even mentioned it. But whose team are you on? Welcome in, Dusty. Welcome in, Samantha. Welcome in, Brendan. Thanks for joining in, watching some Kojaks live with a huge $12,000 package being given away, $6,000 plus being given away to second, third, and fourth. George and Charlie in the booth, a brand new June calendar for Kojaks.
Woo!
And we're going to flip this around one more time.
God, what a calendar.
We're going to act like we weren't sitting here reading it. So
yeah, we weren't. We had it memorized.
yes, we had it all memorized right there. So Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, with Sunday being the big one. That's something new. 1 hour cash game tournament's going to be running back to back, starting at 3 p.m. on Saturday. It's going to be fun.
That's going to be wild. Yeah, you're probably going to see me there pretty soon. $120 entry is a great low barrier. Have a good time, play some poker, and then go south if you win.
Yeah, after that hour, you can go south and re-enter. We got some big hands here.
Look at
Queen,
this.
Jack, King 10, Jack 8, pocket sixes. Queen 3 is going to be going in the muck as soon as Blaze makes that call. And just kidding, he folded also. So, and then there were 3. Keikoa raises up 24,000 with pocket sixes. And it looks like Duplantis called all in.
All
Duplantis'
in.
tournament life is on the line here. King 10 versus wired sixes, as the natural calls it.
Hey, it's not the classic flip, but it is a coin flip.
And this is the best flip you can get if you're Duplantis.
Yeah.
47%, 53%. You're looking for any king, any 10, and it's game on watching Duplantis. Are you Team Duplantis or Team Mendenhall? Team
Let us
Keikoa?
know. Let us know.
This could be Duplantis' chance to get back in. He's in for 60,000 chips. If he wins this hand, he's got 135,000 in his stack.
He is in the game if he wins.
And he looks pretty confident sitting there. He hadn't
He's
even got
feeling
up.
good.
He hadn't used his one time yet.
Yeah, he hasn't. That's true.
So here we go. Sixes versus King 10. Flop comes out.
Oh, I'm holding my breath. Oh.
That's great for Keikoa.
Yeah,
looking for a 5 or just a hold right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and there it is. He makes a straight,
Now Duplantis
twisting
is
the
down
knife.
to a 6, down to the last 6, and it's gone. I looked up in the corner, and all 6s were out of the deck. So just like that, Mr. Duplantis goes out number 10.
He is out. We have our first blood drawn right here. Whitney dragging a giant pot over in Keikoa's direction. He is chipping up like a madman, almost up to 500K right now.
Alfredo Marquez, favorite hand, 7-4 offsuit. That's what we call the Clydester here at Kojak.
I love it.
And Alfredo will know exactly what we're talking about.
Love it. 7-4 offsuit. They never see it coming. And just like that, we are down to 9. Almost makes you feel like the November 9, from all those years ago, huh?
Yeah, I don't think they do that anymore.
No, I
That
think they bumped it up.
I didn't like the fact that they played in May, June, and then they paused it till November.
Yeah, that was weird.
Because that gave all the people the chance to practice, learn their players, watch the moves.
Right.
But I did. Oh, Scott's got the best hand in poker. Under the
Hey,
gun,
come on.
Guaranteed going in the muck. Watch this. As soon as he looks at it,
Scott.
here it goes.
Scott,
He
don't do it.
Sees the 5, sees the 3, and look at
I
that.
saw a gesture. I saw a gesture from Murray. Yeah, right in the muck right there. And Kakao with the queen jack. Also kind of a tough hand to play. But he is in middle position. He does say it's good enough for me, at least this time. Blaze with the 6-9 of spades. Nice. And he's on the button. Don't get away from it, Blaze. Come on. And he's thinking about it. He says, Chase, I can hear you in my mind's ear, and I'm a better player than you. I'm probably going to lay this down.
It's been pretty neat to watch.
Yep.
Watch Blaze over the course of the last year, his game change,
Uh-huh.
and if I can even take it back further than that, I can take it back to the last 4 years to watch him go from almost a super aggressive player to a very, very solid tournament player. He's done his research, done his homework, and who would have thought that a 3 of hearts would be the best card out there?
The best card to have. Pair and a flush draw. You're seeing it right there. 87% equity against Queen Jack.
And Keikoa checks middle pair.
Mm-hmm. And a 9 comes off. Not giving Eric the flush, but even if it did, he probably wouldn't feel too confident.
And that bet right there, the check, and then the bet
Yep.
looks like he has an ace. I don't think Keikoa is going to go anywhere, though.
No, not with that queen.
Not with that chip stack.
Yeah, that's true, too.
He's got 486,000 chips, and he only bets 4,000 into a 30,000 chip pot. Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
It's peasant money.
It's for the littles.
It's for the littles. And a 9 on the river pairs the board. Eric with the best hand, the
I
pair
think
of
it's gonna go
aces.
check, check.
Yeah, and Eric does check. Let's see if Kakao wants to swing that stack around, apply some pressure to Eric. He did get a call on the turn. Oh, wow. Look at this. Okay, Kakao does bet.
10, 15,000, and a call, 5,000.
21. Oh, he won 20. Yeah,
Yep.
bet 5,000.
That was a kind of see where Eric's sitting with a pair of aces, and the queens just were not strong enough. I don't think there was a bet there that could have got Eric off that king just due to the fact that with that king call that we saw earlier.
Yeah.
I think he would have made that call regardless. And, of course, we see a few different things than the players see out there because we get to sit in here and watch, and you get to watch in Facebook land, YouTube land, Twitch land, all of those lands. But Basil says, I'm going to say it the same way he says it.
There it goes.
Damn it, boy, poker's so sick. but he's going to have the fingers going. If he was in here on camera, he'd be giving you some peace signs, high fives, a G to a G, Basil. We love you. Just so you're curious, a G to a G, that's his saying that he puts on all of his hats, all of his poker shirts. It is, if you don't know Basil, that is Basil.
Basil is one of the best players in the room.
Love him.
Also Jack 10 adorned with everything as well.
Yes, when we mentioned earlier what's your favorite hand in poker, and Joseph Marquez said 7-4 offsuit.
Oh, yeah.
Basil would have been typing Jack 10 enter, Jack 10 enter,
Jack 10 enter.
Yes, it would have just been all Jack 10s. So here we go.
Wow, another all-in. Jose with the king-queen suited.
The full barrel going in, and Big Taco will instantly, he's probably going to go all in on top to protect him. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it looks like he's counting them out. Pushing him forward. Eric gets out of there.
He just made a call. He did. So in that instance right there, I would have really, because he would have been in trouble if he makes this call and then pocket
somebody
kings
else
comes along behind or pocket queens. You'd have to fold the ace king at that point. I would have liked to have seen. Of course, he knows more than me because he's already won a seat into the main event.
That's true.
But I would have liked to have seen that protection.
That is true.
So here we go. Tournament life on the line for Jose Garcia Gutierrez. All in, 52,000, 115,000 in the pot.
And he's standing up. We all know that means good luck to himself.
Yes, not to you,
that
but
means
to me.
He's going to take it.
I do like the way the king-queen looks suited.
Queen, yeah, with the spades. Love it.
It's so pretty.
Mm-hmm. That he is in bad shape. He's a 2-to-1 dog here. Okay.
Frankie's got a 5, ace, or a king.
There's the king.
Jose now looking for a queen and a queen only. Only 2 of them are left.
Oh, no. And it's a 9 instead. Jose is out. So we have second blood here.
Second blood, 8 players remain.
And 4 players paid, so exactly 1/2 of the players remaining are going to be in the money. And what are we on hand 13 right now? Unbelievable. We've seen a lot of quick action. We've seen a couple of the short stacks getting out of there, making moves like they need to. Unfortunately, though, the deck just not hitting them the way that they need to be hit. So it looks like now the short stack is going to be Scott at 163K. Very comfortable stack with these blind levels.
Oh my goodness, that. Do you know how many big blinds? 3,000 right now.
Yeah, we're doing fine. We got a couple players over that 100 big blind size, so we're actually kind of playing a deep stack tournament right now.
And so where we stand right now, we have 8 players. The average stack is 285,000 chips. So when you just look at that, we have 8 players remain. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 players under that average stack.
That's right. So exactly 1/2 under the average. That's what you'd expect with a bell curve.
Bo squeezes around the table. He moves his stack over into seat number 10, and when he does that, he's just making room for his pocket 9s that are showing
That's
up.
what that is.
And it doesn't look like he got any action. Just wasted. Murray flips over 6-3 offsuit, and Bo says, hey, yours add up to one of mine.
That's right.
Oh, hey, look at that. All glory to God. A
Love
G to a
that.
G. I did not know that, Basil. I love that even more now.
Yeah, I didn't
A
realize
G
either.
to G.
I thought it meant gangster to gangster.
Yeah, that's what,
Quite the opposite, isn't
yeah,
it?
that's what I thought it meant. But, man, that even became more powerful, Basil. Got more love for you than I had, and I had a lot for you, man.
Very cool. Also, I love that I'm now Jorge of the jungle.
Yes, Jorge.
Jorge of the junglo.
That's because George Ariola, he spells his name Jorge.
Okay.
Yes.
Very cool.
So here we go. Hand number fiddling, as Basil
Fiddling.
says. Basil's got so many sayings that we just have adopted into our culture here. He bets fiddling, and that is how much? How many hands we're on right now?
Yeah.
Fiddling.
Yeah, I cashed him out one time, and he had 15 extra. And I said 15, and he said, no, fiddling. And I said, yes, 15. He said, no, fiddling. And I said, no, 15. And he said, he wouldn't let me go without saying it.
He won't. Yeah, and as soon as you say it, he'll let it go.
Yep, exactly. I was cracking up. And Blaze looks like he made the call with the 8-5 suited. Interesting call right there. But maybe he's got a good feeling about it. There we go. Big Taco with the 7 deuce.
So he's playing from the +2 seat. Usually people who raise, he raised out of that seat. That signifies huge hands.
Right.
And so we'll see what plays behind him. Murphy Lee, let's go a 6-5. Triple bagger Bobby Martin sitting right here. That's right. You heard that correct, ladies and gentlemen. He bagged in 3 of the 4 flights, almost bagged in the 4th flight.
Wow.
Riley Ekman, let's go Frankie.
Hey.
From Brittany and Riley. We love to hear that. So we got one team Frankie in here. Basil, you didn't say who you were team of.
That's right. And we got Mr. Marquez. It looks like he's on Team Duplantis.
Yep, he's
R.I.P.
Well, I mean, I think it's this one right here. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Wrong one.
Wow.
We'll go one more time.
There we go.
There we go.
And look at that. Blaze playing his image. He has folded, made some great laydowns, been really tight pre-flop, and gets away with a bluff with the 8-5 suited. Chipping up a little bit. That's the way you got to do it. That's how you beat the blinds.
So we're coming up on a break right now. I will be back. We're coloring up some chips, but during the meantime, you'll have George commentating.
Woo!
Good luck, George.
Hey. And just like that, we're on hand number 16. Couple of 6-4s out there. Bo and Johnny Blaze with the 64. I think both of them are going to let it go. Offsuit, can't really make much happen there. You don't want to bluff 2 times in a row. We've got some crashing going on in the background. Hopefully Charlie's leg is okay. Tripping over the chairs in here. And Eric with the ace-jack. Big Taco calls. Whoa, 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 whoa. Roof, roof, roof. With the K9. So it looks like we've got almost a couple of Broadway cards going to the flop. Murray wants to call with these 2s. He is getting a pretty good price with the 2 callers ahead. He's on the button. He's got good position. And he's counting out the chips. He's thinking about it. He just doesn't want to get away from it. I don't blame him. Pocket deuces never loses. And Bobby with the 8-7. Oh, wow. Murray didn't even call. He raised it up 18K. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on some of these out-of-position players here. Big Taco with the King-9. Man, that's a tough call right there. You are going to be dominated far more than half the time in that position. Even Eric with his offsuit ace-jack, that's going to be kind of a tough call, but it looks like he's willing to make it. So we're going two ways to the flop here. And let's see if we catch a 2 in the window. And Whitney dealing it out. Wow, what is that? A 2 on the flop. Now, I'd love to see kind of a sneaky check from Murray here, especially after Eric checks. What did I say? Deuces never loses. And then you'd never see it coming. Now, Murray thinking, how much can I bet to keep Eric coming along? 8K is what he settles on. Yeah, it's a little bit too much. Too rich. Not exactly the flop. He was really hoping Eric hit a queen. Now, queen well within Eric's range. But not this time. Not this time. Eric does get away from it, laying down the worst hand. Deuces never loses. And just like that, we're on hand number 16. So we've got a couple of chip stacks going on here. Let's see if I can move this window onto the screen while Whitney shuffles. We've got Johnny Blaze at 208K, Big Taco 241, Eric, one of the short stacks at 170K, Scott a little shorter at 161, and Bobby shorter than that at 118. But Kakoa really winning there, 467,000 chips. So we're rolling on through, and the blinds have increased, if you notice there. 2K on the small blind, 4K in the big blind with a 4K big blind ante. So the big blind effectively is 8K. And it looks like Scott with the 10-9 does make a raise. Murray, yeah, definitely coming along with that king-queen suited. And the only question is, Bobby, how much are you going to raise here? He's waiting patiently for his time. Look at this. Murray 3-bets. God, what a dream situation when you're holding the Rockets. Murray sensing a little weakness from Scott, but just wait. Bobby is about to pounce. And this could be an all-in moment here with that 3-bet. There it is. He does go all in. Kakoa laying down the Jack-10. Scott, no choice here. He really stepped in and he's realizing, oh, maybe I should not have raised the 10-9 suited. Now Murray with a big decision. He's going to be calling for about a third of his stack. And Bobby doing some damage either way. Still ready to pick up a pretty big pot there. 154K already in the middle. That will be going to Bobby if Murray folds. And he's thinking about it. Shuffling the chips. He's thinking about it. What could I possibly be up against? Cold 4-bet range. Where does that put Bobby? He's thinking it's probably aces or kings. Or is it a bluff? Bobby's got just the right stack size there where he has to make a move. Murray trying to decide, is it ace-5? Is it ace-jack? Is it aces or kings? It looks like he's going to lay him down. The card funeral. Oh, wait, he doesn't. He peeks one more time to make sure and then throws in some chips. We have a call. Murray in trouble here. Was it a 4-1 dog? And Whitney going to count out the stacks, make sure everything's right. Pulling them into the middle. Pulling the cards into the middle. Placing the buttons on top. Hey, we've got a couple of fans in the chat. Love to see it. Debbie, also Team Frankie. Lindsay saying, go Murray. A Murray fan here. Donna, also on Team Frankie. And the flop comes 1 club. The turn is an 8. And that kills Murray's outs. It is Bobby that is going to be winning that pot there. Almost a straight on the board. But Bobby picking up 136K in chips and profit from that. 254 is now his new chip stack. And he goes from one of the shorter stacks. Actually, I believe the shortest stack to a very healthy size right now at 254K. Basil saying Scotty Too Hottie Armstrong is a luck box. Oh, man. That is too funny. No, I think Bobby was the luck box this time. It's not about the cards you get sometimes. It's about the position, the situations that those cards allow you to get into. When you see a 3-bet in front of you and you look down at pocket aces, it doesn't get any luckier than that. That is a dream spot there. And Blaze can't even believe it, rubbing his eyes. What was that? Was that a dream? Too good. Now we've got Big Taco under the gun with the ace-8. And he lets it go. Eric with the pocket 10s this time. Let's see how much he wants to raise it up. From the +1 position. Didn't see the chips flying to the middle there, but it looks like 12K. Standard 3X right there. Not too bad. Johnny Blaze now with the puppy dog there. The King 9, the K9 of diamonds. And we've got Renee saying, let's go Murray. Love to see the fans in the chat. Let us know who your favorite is. Let us know who you think is going to take it down and go to Vegas. We are going to be playing for, or right now we're playing, for a seat at the main event at the World Series of Poker. We gave away last weekend, we gave away a seat to the Millionaire Maker, which actually was won the previous year by a Kojak's regular. So we'll see if we can't keep it in the family this year. Try and get 2 in a row from Kojak's. And wouldn't it be cool if the main event winner came from Kojak's? And hey, it's possible. We gave away 2 seats already a couple weeks ago. Now we're giving away another seat. That makes 3 seats. I don't even want to guess how many entries there's going to be. The main event. $10,000 buy-in freeze out. Eric under the gun here with the Queen 8 suited. Scott holding the King 5 suited. Same suit there, both of them holding clubs. Eric doesn't know it, but he really does not want to call. And he really even less wants a call from Scott. Okay, Eric's putting it in there. Under the gun does decide to limp in. Scott lets it go. Murray with the Kojak this time. And Bobby holding the Queen 8. Let's see if he wants to throw any of those newfound chips into the middle. He does not. Gets him out of the way there. Jay Blaze got the 3-3. Couple of kitty faces. All right, Basil, we will put you on the list for Charlie's game and the live stream game on Thursday. They are the same thing. But we'll put you on there twice. And Big Taco with the 4s here. Blaze letting go of the kitty faces. Big Taco got the sailboats, just dominating Blaze's pocket pair. That's why it's so tough to play those small pocket pairs. But God, look at that. Blaze would have had a set of 3s. Big Taco though with the straight draw. Murray with the King Jack. Still has backdoor Broadway draw here. Not completely dead. And Murray bets it out. Taco makes the call. A 7 on the turn. A 7 of hearts. Neither player really with a flush draw. Big Taco not even really holding a blocker there with that 4. And Murray bets out. Taco senses weakness. And there's a 9 on the river to close things out. And it goes check, check. Murray finally slowing down, giving it up. Repping the ace the entire time. Taco just did not believe him. And there you go. Big Taco scoops a pot. He's got a lot of fans in the chat. And it looks like, I think, I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to keep count. I'm going to scroll up here in a second, and I'm going to see how many, keep a tally, how many fans of each player we've got. You can hear my paper in the background. Well, if I can find a piece of paper that's not being used by anything. That's all right. I'll keep it on my phone. That's why we have those these days. And the blinds are still 2K, 4K with a 4K big blind ante. So an effective 8K big blind. Bo sitting about, he's got almost 400K, so sitting about 50 big blinds effective when you factor in that big blind. Scott with the offsuit connectors lets him go under the gun. Bobby with the suited connectors, +2. Catching a breeze from those sailboats on the last hand. Charlie working the door as a fan. You'll love to see that. And that means my co-host here has come back. He has returned.
Nothing but smiles. What we did during that quick break, we'll be going on a break here in just a minute. Basil, we got you on the list. Renee says, let's go Murray. That Scotty 2 hottie Armstrong is a luck box. I must have missed something good.
Yeah, we saw a real big pot. We saw actually Bobby facing a 3-bet. He looks down, pocket aces on the button.
Bobby, I missed the American Airlines, and Bobby's up 117,000 chips.
Bobby took it down. He got a call and was able to make it happen. He held all the way through. And now we've got an ace on the turn. We got Big Taco making 2-pair against Eric's pair of aces.
Can Eric let the chips go?
That's the question. Taco betting it out. Oh, BT. Eric, no, he's going to come along for the ride.
It's hard enough to make a pair. It's even harder to make 2-pair. You can never assume that.
Exactly.
Now, that's a tough card for both players with a king to the straight. And it goes check, check.
Check, check. Ooh, Eric looking disappointed.
So,
leaning back.
So here in just a couple of minutes, we're going to be going on a break. During that time, we're going to be coloring off and racing off those 500 chips. So we're going to be eliminating those, and we're going to be introducing that elusive black chip. That is the $25,000 chip, and it is going to be in play coming up here soon. And it's so scary when somebody throws one of those out, especially if you don't have one yet.
Yep, that's true too. Yeah, very strong bet when you just flick in one chip worth probably, an eighth of your stack.
So who was that against Murray? The aces?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, because I just looked, Murray's missing a whole barrel of pink.
Yeah, it was against Murray. They're right next to each other. It went bet, raise, all in.
Oh, my gosh. What did Murray have?
Murray had the king-queen suited of clubs, I believe. And he thought about it for a real long time. Now, Bobby, look at this with the 5-3.
And it's going to go right into
the come on, Bobby. Don't do us like that. You got all those new chips. They're all shiny.
Bo's nothing but smiles over there. Bo's got a sweet stack, 390,000 chips. The only person that towers over him is Keikoa at this point.
Yeah, Keikoa's got quite the stack, 457,000.
I didn't even look to see.
That's a 6, 467,000. He just picked up 10K in the last 5 seconds thanks to my bad eyes.
I did not even look to see how many total chips in play. I'm going to check that real fast. That's something that I should have probably already known, and I bet you I knew. And
look at this, Blaze capitalizing on the break, raises it up with King 4, does not get any callers, and scoops the blinds.
2.2 million chips in play. So what you see at the table,
wow.
All players are getting up for just a few minutes. You're flipping back over with George and Charlie and this beautiful new list of what starts next week.
This is going to be awesome.
So on Mondays, we've got the $2,000 free roll. On Wednesdays, we've got the double board bomb pot. Hey, on Thursdays.
Thursdays is Charlie's game.
Matches this head right there. You see that?
You see that egg head right there?
Basil's already on the list. If you're looking at the chat, Basil's already on the list. I'll put the list up in just a moment. And then what do we got going on Saturdays?
Saturdays, the 3K guarantee bounty tournament. Each bounty worth $50, and it's only a $200 entry. So just knock out 4 players, and you got your money back.
$50 makes you hollers, and then on Sundays we've got something brand new.
Sunday.
Tell us about it.
Sunday's that day, the $120 entry cash game tournament. We're going to be going up, instead of levels of chips, we're going to be going up levels of cash game from 1-2 to 1-3 to 2-5.
I wish I had dollars to put them out like that. 1-2,
Making it rain.
1-3, and then 2-5. But it gives you a chance to play all different levels of blinds. You buy in, it's a $120 buy-in. We give you $100 in chips, and you sit there, and after 1 hour, 3 levels, 20 minutes of each level, we end the tournament. Whatever you got on the table goes in your pocket, and we'll run another one right there.
Yeah, then.
We'll see how it goes. But
no late entry.
Yes.
No late entry. So get there on time. Now, there will be another one probably coming around the next hour. So if you missed the first one, chances are good you'll be in the second one.
Yes, and we'll have cash tables running alongside of that. But just for a few minutes, both George and myself, we're going to take a quick break.
Yes,
we're going to get everything leveled up for you guys here. We're going to put you...
5 minutes left on the clock, but your boys are back.
We like to win first place and everything, and we
Yep.
just beat the clock. It's kind of like when you put MapQuest up on your car and you take off to like Dallas or something.
Exactly.
It says arriving at 4:18. I
No,
am
no,
going
no.
to make it there before 4:18.
Before 4:18. Yeah, you're racing.
Game is on. So Lactose says, what exactly, or how long is the cash tournament? So the cash tournament's going to be 3 levels, 20 minutes per level, 1,
right.
2, 1, 3, 2, 5, and then it's game over. 1 hour later.
1 hour total.
It is off the sheet, and it is good to go. And as we flip back to the table, the
Look at
8
this.
players are RTG. And as we said it, 500 chips, not 500 quantity, but the 500 chips are off the table.
They're out of there.
Now we have introduced a new chip, and I wish you could see my cursor. If I move it over there, you can't see it, but the 500 chips are in play, and I think you can see this. This is the 8 players that remain, their chip stacks, their VPIP. Big Taco has been extremely
Very active.
voluntarily put into the pot. Yes, his VPIP is 52%. And as you can tell over on the right-hand column, the far right hand, Murray is down 146,000 chips, and the recipient of that, Mr. Bobby, he's up 117,000. So here we go, hand number 22.
22.
One shy of MJ.
I see what you're doing there.
You see what I did there?
I see. You scoring 3-pointers with that one.
Yes. And Basil, we've got you on the list of the cash game. That's what I did during the break.
Top of the list.
This Thursday, 6 p.m. cash game. Charlie's game is on the slate. Basil is number 1 on the list, and it starts at 6 p.m. Don't be late. But also, Lacto, one thing about that cash game tournament, there are no late entries. Only the ones that sit there at the start are the ones that can sit there at the end.
That's right, but we'll probably have another one coming around. We're going to be doing that, I believe, all day, just one after the other, as long as we have demand for it. So come on in, come on early, start setting up, making some cash.
Scott Armstrong wamboozled Mr. Murray there. Raised pre-flop with 7-4 from the small blind. Murray tagged along. Flop comes out ace-jack-9. And Scott plays Joseph Marquez's favorite hand, the 7-4, otherwise known as the Clydester. Bets 20,000 on the flop.
And takes it.
Murray says, all right, old man, you're being mean.
As Norman Chad would say, he had squadoosh.
Squadoosh. We need to come up with some own lingo for us.
Yeah, we're working on it. We got the best minds. We got the whole jungle working on some new vernacular.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Hey, speaking of last week, I know we talk about weather a little bit here. 2 tornadoes were just rated by the National Weather Service. The first one we had was EF2.
Wow.
114 mile an hour winds, and it was at its widest point. It was 1,700 yards wide.
Ooh.
And the other one was in South Midland was an EF3, a little stronger, 140 mile an hour winds, but at its widest point, it was only 250 yards wide.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's that focus right there.
The weaker, the stronger, the bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that 1,700 yards. I think that's a mile, isn't it?
That's 400 feet short of a mile.
Yeah, that's right at a mile. And Johnny Blaze looking down at pocket 9s. Eric with the ace-king. Let's see which one of these tornadoes is going to be bigger in this hand.
Bobby's counting out chips. Look at this. Is he going to get tricky?
Oh, he's getting tricky. I like to see that. In the big blind, it looks like he's putting together some raisin chips. Pow!
He's getting tricky with squadoosh.
Squadoosh!
10-4, but his image, he's only played aces.
Hey, that's the affirmative hand right there. 10-4, good buddy. And Blaze with a decision to make. Pocket 9s. Ooh, and he throws out one of those black chips right there. 25K.
Now, that puts the pressure on Eric.
Eric, he's going to be pot committed if he makes the call.
25,000 for 88,000 in the pot.
I'd like to see just a shove here.
I was going to say,
Yeah, he didn't.
Frankie drinking some of that tea in that silver cup to keep it cool.
Love to see it.
We shifted everybody around so that we can get a better camera view on everybody. Flop comes out
Ooh, ace high.
Queen 8.
And Bobby still holding on to squadoosh. But he does have the 10, I guess, a backdoor Broadway draw.
The scary part about that is he raised pre-flop, and
Right.
here's ace-king sitting there. I mean, you got to think they're raising with kings, queens, ace,
Right.
queen, something along the lines
Absolutely. Queen's right in his range. Yeah, and even a suited king jack or something, not out of the question for a bet like that. And Blaze thinking, am I best? Are these players bluffing me? Somebody's probably got the ace. He's taking his time with his option. A lot of people will take their time putting together chips for a call or a raise. He's taking the time. Do I want to check?
He is taking his time here. I like that.
Very thoughtful player. Hey, with so much up top, that seat to the main event I don't blame him at all. And he does elect to check. And that gives Eric the opportunity to bet a whole 15K. A little down bet from the pre-flop action.
And I like how easy it was for Bobby to get rid
Yep.
of that hand. He took
Yeah.
his stab.
He
Got
knew.
He didn't want 2 callers. He wanted
stepped
to
in
take
it.
down the pot.
Yep, he stepped in it. He realized, he saw that ace, and he says, I am no good no mo.
And Ace King takes her down to Chowtown with 128,000 chips headed into his pot.
Yeah, that top kicker, not a bad place to be. You want to deny equity. You don't really want that flush draw to get there. You want to force him to pay to see another spade come off on the turn. And that's exactly what he did there. And he's got another pot to show for it and a couple more chips in his stack. One of them, a black chip from Johnny Blaze.
Oh, those black chips are big in your stack, and it increases the push-around odds that you have.
That is absolutely right.
So here we go. Hand number 2-4, one less, one better than Jordan.
There you go.
Is there a better than Jordan?
I don't think so.
No. So, Chad,
I don't. I really don't.
no, we got a question for you. Who is the GOAT of all time in basketball?
GOAT of all time.
The GOAT of all time in basketball.
The greatest of all time.
So the greatest of all time of all time. It usually comes down to the 3. It usually comes down to Jordan. It usually comes down to LeBron, or it usually comes down to Kobe.
Yeah. Yeah. Tough, pretty tough, heated argument there. I don't see any justification other than Michael Jordan. Okay. Name me one movie that sold really well at the box office where any of these players were playing up against Bugs Bunny. You ever heard of him?
Space Jam.
Yeah, exactly. Name me one movie that actually did well at the box office. That's why Michael Jordan's the best.
Space Jam, Like Mike. I can go on. Did
Yeah,
you ever
but
see Like Mike,
I
where
didn't-
the kid put on
I
Michael
did see
Jordan?
Like Mike. I did, yes. And he became.
He became Like Mike.
Ooh, and look at this. Action flop here. Pair of jacks for Kakoa is actually best, but he probably doesn't know it, especially with that monotone board there.
Blind versus blind.
And there's a 7.
First to bet, first to win. Keikoa's got the check with the pair of jacks. Bobby's going to bet it.
Throwing it out there. Kakoa lays it down.
He's in it to win it.
Pow.
Oh, look at this. Bryce Wade just says 1, 2, 3. And it is just like that. Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan on top.
And you know what? I will agree to that because both Jordan and LeBron were in Space Jam movies.
Yes.
But, my qualifier there did well at the box office.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Oh, man. Yeah, I sat through about 5 minutes of the other one for a little nostalgia bait. I just couldn't. It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same.
I bought it on Amazon. I was one of the probably 16 people in the United States that bought it.
Sounds about right.
And I watched probably about 20 minutes of it, and then I turned it off. And
Yeah.
what I did is I turned on the original Space Jam with
There
Bill
you go.
Murray.
Yep, Bill Murray. Man, the unsung hero right there. And Newman was in that one, too.
Yep.
Newman from Seinfeld.
I love movies.
Oh, man, don't we all? I feel like we're watching somebody's fairy tale story here.
Yes, that is exactly right. With Ace Quisha
There he
blazing
is.
away from under the gun.
There you go, a little 11K bet right there. Popping it up to, what is that, 2.1, I believe?
Yeah, 2.1. Yes, exactly.
That's
The math checks out.
That's where you want to be.
Man, I see all these 5-3s going in the muck, and I'm just like, man, that's the winning hand.
What
Until
are
you see something
doing?
like this. Ace
Oh, yeah,
Queen.
you don't want that. I feel like the ace king of diamonds is eclipsed by the ace queen of diamonds. You know, those ladies love their diamonds.
Yes.
And Kakoa thinking, do I 3-bet this? Do I smooth call?
Was that a
Johnny
black
Blaze
chip?
is playing tight.
Was that a black chip?
He's putting it on top. Yeah, he's getting together. Oh, well, he was getting, yep. Yeah, he does the old pump fake. Love to see that. The old pump fake. Make him sweat for a second. Oh, no, he does raise. He does absolutely raise. 3-bet to 34K. I didn't see that black one in the middle there.
Johnny
Let's not
Blaze
put
got
one back.
160,000 chips in his bet. I mean, in his stack.
In his stack. This is going to be a pot committed type of call if he makes it. Or I'd love to see just a shove here. Unfortunately, he'll get snapped off by Kakoa out of the small blind. But you got to wonder, hey, I bet out of the under the gun position. I raised it up. And now I've got the small blind re-raising. That's a very polarizing bet, either super strong or super weak.
I bet he gets away from it.
I think he's about to. It looks like it. He's a very disciplined player, like you were saying earlier, very patient player, waiting for his spots. Ace Queen, yeah, it's
I
just
think worst
tough.
case he just calls. Best
Yeah.
case he folds, and that's what's
Oh,
gonna
he
happen.
does, yeah. He does call.
He didn't want to make that call though. You could tell by his body
Yeah,
language.
he really didn't. It's a tough spot. And we're playing for such a big prize package here. What is it, 12K?
12K, $10,000 entry to the main event.
And $2,000
yes.
travel expenses. Hey, I say bring a couple of friends, get a rail going.
Heck yeah, but if they make it all the way in the main event, that's like 14 days
Woo!
of play.
Yeah, that's a good amount of time of poker there. And Kakoa picking up the flush draw on top of his ace-king. He's got Blaze down to just 8% equity.
2 outs. 2 outs.
2 outs. Literally just a queen. There are only 2 left. Somebody folded one of the other queens.
The queen of diamonds is gone.
Yep.
That puts the queen of hearts and the queen of clubs, the only cards that can be hit.
Oh, and look at Blaze closing his eyes, rerunning every second of the hand that's progressed so far, meditating.
Looks down at his 140,000 chips.
How did I get here? That's probably what he's wondering. He doesn't have a pair. This is not the easiest laydown, but he still has a pretty decent stack behind if he does lay it down. Still able to cause some damage to other larger stacks. Yeah, he lets it go. Good fold. Good fold. And that big blind is 5,000, but with a 5,000 big blind ante, it's an effective 10K big blind. So that puts Blaze down to just 14 effective big blinds, now in full-on shove or fold mode.
And that's exactly it. First place walks away with that $12,000 prize package. Second place walks away with $3,000 and some change. Third place walks away with $1,780, and fourth place walks away with $1,220.
Woo!
Money, money, money. It is ready to go. You've got Whitney out there. You've got Kevin in the booth running the GFX software. You've got George and myself in here. And it is action-packed at Kojak's. We've got a full table of 1-2 no-limit hold'em running. We're just about to get a second table fired off, and it is a lot of fun. And all that rustling you hear around is, I'm going to flip it around so he can see. And you've got Mr. Mahomes' haircut himself, shorter than Kevin Hart, but he's ready to talk some smack.
No, actually, I think I'm actually taller than Kevin Hart.
What are you,
Can someone
5'3"?
stat check that? Okay, all right.
What are you, 5'3"?
No, I'm like 5'8".
Oh, okay. Then you're way tall. You're like a foot taller than him.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I can't. That's a bad joke. But here in just a few minutes, you're going to see Mr. Kevin head out there, and you'll be able to recognize him by the Mahomes haircut.
Yeah, eventually I'll be out there.
He was arguing last week when we were giggling about that, saying it's the Mahomes styled haircut, right?
Yes, it's called a burst fade.
A burst fade. So you have it correctly, and it is the burst fade. And we are on hand number 26, right into action. Big Taco looks down at Jack 8 suited from under the gun, first to act, but right behind him, he doesn't know it yet, and he folds that. But I think this is the second or third time Mr. Molina's had big hands like this. And here's Scott, even further behind him in the +2 with pocket 6, is going to make that call.
Big slick, big slick.
Murray, Queen 10, Bobby 9-3. Those are going to be going muck. And now over to Keikoa with pocket deuces. Will he do some set mining? That's the same thing Scott's doing. He's asking to see what is effective in their stack. When a player asks for the other guys to raise their hand or gals to raise their hand, they're wanting to see what's the maximum potential loss. And in this case, Eric has 228,000 chips. Keikoa has just north of 500,000. Murray's enjoying some Cheetos after his Long John Silvers.
Absolutely.
There goes the call. A little set mining,
set
2
mine.
players. One of his 2s are gone, though. That's in Bo's hand.
Johnny plays a Queen 10.
He's going to ride along from the big blind. Got a discount, only 10,000 for a chance to win 68,000. So
Big pot building for sure.
6-1 on his money. Let's see what it goes. 4 players active. Oh, Blaze hits middle pair. Eric hits top, and Keikoa with the case deuce in there because Bo folded the other deuce of hearts, or sorry, deuce of clubs. The case deuce hits.
I'm new to this whole commentating thing, but watching Ko plays, honestly, it's an insane thing to see because like he's such a good player, but he loves to put people in spots.
Yes, and that's exactly what he's doing right here. And he's going to put Eric in a spot. Blaze will be able to get away from this very simply. Scott will be able to muck it in a heartbeat, and Eric is going to be the one that's stuck here.
And see, like right here, bets super small, too hard not to call and peel.
Yep, so that was 8,000 into 76,000 right there, 78,000. There's the call from Eric. So as he continues, that puts the pot just north of $90,000. Action is now on Mr. Armstrong. And this is going to be a pretty easy fold. He doesn't want to let it go, but he knows the spot he's in. So we're three-way action going to the turn. Ace of clubs, 10 of deuce, or 10 of spades, deuce of spades, and now a 9. That's the official check mark.
The pot.
That's a check mark.
No matter what pair comes, it's just going to build them up.
That is a check mark right there. And now Keikoa is going to play. Let's see how much we can get. He's still in his mind. Now there's a straight draw out there and there's a flush draw out there. So he's going to bet enough to where it makes it difficult to call. And I see at least one black chip out there. And as you see, the 25,000 chip rolled over to Murray. He put it in stack, rolled out 1,000. So that's a 60,000 chip bet. So he goes just above. That's about 60% or 70% pot right there. Blaze knows where he stands at this point. He's played a few hands with Keikoa. Keikoa is super aggressive on the tables. However, he is always mathematically perfect.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he, like I said, he just small bet on the flop just to get people to stay in with his set. And then he's going to apply some pressure now.
Oh, and I thought he snapped it.
We'll call.
I thought he snapped an all-in right there. And so he makes the call. Now that's going to put the pressure over on Eric Molina. He's got top. What does he do here? 60,000 chips. Eric's got just north of 205,000, and he's counting out chips. 205,000 in his stack. This will put him at 145,000 if he makes this call. There's already 212,000 chips in the pot. And that's actually, if Eric is able to make this call, that's super scary for Chase, or not Chase, Keikoa with the pocket deuces.
Who's Chase?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
with the set of deuces, because he bet 70% pot and got caller at this point if Eric makes that call, and he does.
Wow.
Now you've got to think that somebody's got a straight draw. Somebody's got a flush draw. So this puts 272,000, largest chip stack of the night. Largest pot of the night, and a 4 of club is a bink. That makes, well, the 3-5 is there.
The 3-5 is so strong right now.
Nobody called 3-5 in that point. You can be sure of that. And so now Keikoa is thinking 272,000 chips in the pot. How much can I bet, and how much will they call? And he elects. Oh, I thought he was.
Oh, I thought he was going to throw in a whole big barrel and say those 2 magic words.
So when you're sitting at a table and a player looks at
wow, look at this.
Looks at their looks at the chips again.
Oh, he does.
Do you think maybe they're bluffing, or what do you think?
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. A lot of people give you false tells, but typically you see a player just looking at their stack after looking at the card that hits the board. That's usually a really strong indication that they've got something real good.
So Blaze has already committed over half of his stack to this hand. Can he let it go? And what he's doing, he's looking up at the clock. The clock is up on the wall right there. He's checking to see where he stands, how many big blinds he'll have left. He's got 52,000 chips in his stack right now. Blinds are 3,000, 5,000. So he's got about 10 blinds effective if you're talking to me.
Right.
If you're talking to Reese, he's got 5 blinds effective. But he's still seeing if he's got equity behind this, or has he squared himself into a corner where he has to make this call?
Yeah, and I think he doesn't have much fold equity behind. However, this is a fold for the ages here, if he were to make it. With that pair of 10s, you got the ace on the board, you got bricked out flush draws, you got bricked out Broadway draws. It's going to be tough to make that call. But sometimes in this spot, 10s are going to be best. And this is kind of the difference between cash games and tournament games, where if you're right often enough in a cash game, you're profitable. But if you're wrong in a tournament, that's your tournament life, and you're out of the game. He's really thinking it over. You can see him kind of meditating, analyzing each little step along the way. Look, shaking his head. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
And if you go back and you look at the way the hand was played, Keikoa made the call of the flop, ace-10 deuce. He bet 8,000 into a bigger pot on the flop. Then he bet 60,000 on the jack, and Johnny can. I mean, you can look at the story, and you can look at a flush draw, you can look at a straight draw right there. You know, king queen of spades, something along the lines of that. And in the past, he's played some cash hands with Keikoa. He knows that bluffing capability is in his
repertoire.
Yeah, I was trying to think of that word.
Yeah, he's fully capable of doing stuff like that. Absolutely. And so, yeah, he does make the call, and that is going to be the end for Blaze. Now, can Eric sniff this one out?
Can this be a double knockout?
This might be a double knockout. Eric, put to the test right here. An all-in and a call. And man, lays down the ace-king.
That's a golden Kojak's fold right there.
Wow, Blaze is going to get the bad news.
So here we go. We see queen 10. He had him on a bluff, and I guarantee you Blaze knew that Molina had ace-king at that point, but he knew that he couldn't call that all-in.
Right.
And so just like that, Johnny Blaze, your $200,000 guaranteed tournament winner from the 6 clubs is eliminated. Hey. And this isn't the end of his run. He will be out in Vegas playing some this summer.
Absolutely.
But Keikoa is trying to solidify his seat that he is earning right now.
Right.
That puts him, what does that put him? 742,000 chips.
Out of what, 2.2 million?
2.2 million, 740,000 chips. 1/3 of the chips are in his stack.
1/3 of the chips, and we've got 7 players left.
Holy cow, what a hand.
Wow. Yeah, big, huge hand.
So tell us in the chat, could you have folded ace-king like Mr. Eric Molina right there? Are you good enough to do that? Because I'm not. At that point, I say I'm pot committed. Yep. I got top.
Top is going to be good most of the time, but when you see that call in front of you, that does change things. Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to lay down that ace-king. Let us know what you think in the chat.
All right, so let us know what you think in the chat. And as you can see, George of the Jungle and Charlie right here, courtesy of Lindsay. Just a quick little hello.
How's it going, guys? And Scott now with the suited ace. Coming off of that hand, I would steam raise the heck out of this hand here. He just elects to steam limp, if you can call it that. Now Bo with the ace-10. He's got that ace-4 suited, dominated right there. Is Big Taco? Oh, Big Taco's the big blind. I was about to say, is he in there with queen-8? That doesn't seem like him.
Could we eliminate the big from both of them? Just say Taco's the blind?
Taco's the blind. Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Just put big in parentheses, Big Taco, big blind.
Shots fired on Johnny Blaze right there.
Uh-oh. Flop comes out, 10-9-7, heads-up action. Scott versus Bo. Bo flops top pair, backdoor 10-high flush.
Top pair, top kicker. Once again, we see it on the flop. This time, no sets out there.
And Scott folds, doesn't even think about it.
Oh, I was saying Scott was steam. No, it's Eric who was involved in that last hand. I was one seat off. That was my fault. And now Eric is in the big blind, tossing in one of those pretty 5K chips and another 5K chip right into the center. And we're going to be on hand number 27. That's the best hand in poker. 2-7. Wait a second. We're going to see some fireworks. That's my prediction. This pot, what do you think? Over, under, I'm going to say 125K.
125K. I'm going to have to take the under.
Okay, taking the under. Let's see who
we're
wins.
Off to a good start. 9 deuce going to go in the muck. Queen 7 going to go in the muck.
It's all about those late position hands.
Yes.
I tell you.
We could get something frisky. 9-7 suited. That's probably
Bobby's out of there. And Keikoa with the Kojak.
Here goes the raise to 15.
Bo, the ace-5, probably not going to call. Yeah, he gets out of there. A well-studied player. Studied enough to know ace-5, really not that great of a hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like I just won this.
All right. All right. I owe you lunch.
Yeah.
And we've got a commenter here, Obsessed Out West. A real cool handle. Says, I think Blaze should have folded the turn or jammed with his read. Pretty clean run out for the set of ducks for Keikoa. Yeah, that's not a bad strategy. You're right. We're able to see the cards, and so we know that, it would have ended the same way. Keikoa would have snapped off that call. But, man, you're right. A very aggressive play could have turned the tide at least a little bit.
All right, so what we want to do, we want to give a special shout out to one of our watchers here.
Hey, yeah,
George,
Sarah Phillips. Sarah Phillips, if you're watching, hey, thanks for watching.
Thanks
This is
for
why we do it.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in to Kojak's Live.
Yeah, we love to see that. We love to extend the appreciation back to the people watching, to the fans. That's why we do it. And we're having a good old time here in the booth. Me and Charlie back at it again, having a great time. Hopefully you guys are having a great time. Sarah, we really appreciate you watching. Y'all are awesome.
So, Obsessed, you're correct. That was for Keikoa. You could not have asked for a better run out with all the possibilities that were on the board right there.
Indeed.
Unfortunate for Blaze. Blaze had that he was bluffing.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for him, it was not correct that time. And here we go. King Jack for Bo, 9-7 suited for Keikoa. Keikoa leads out with 12,000. Bo says, "Not in my house.
Not in my house."
We're gonna raise it up, and you're gonna pay a little more for that, and that's gonna be the end of the hand for Keikoa, I believe.
Love that. I mean, you're just re-raising right into the big stack right there.
That sounds good, Obsessed. We'll see you at 7
Hey,
p.m.
we will be here.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot.
And it looks like Keikoa thinking, are my backdoor outs going to be good here? I'm going to have to go runner, but I might be able to take it down by the river. He's looking at his cards. He's thinking about it and throws them into the muck.
He's been around the block a time or two with Bo. He knows that Bo.
Yep.
Bo knows.
Bo knows.
He knows that Bo don't play.
Bo boats.
Yeah, Bo boats.
He was about to boat up.
Wait, that was earlier.
Yeah.
The 6s and 7s?
6s and 7s.
Yes.
That's a great song, by the way, by Queens of the Stone Age. Is it 6? No, it's 3s and 7s.
Okay.
6s and 7s is the British slang that I learned from Austin Powers. It means kind of bonkers.
Kind of bonkers?
Bonkers, yeah.
6s
It's a
and
little
7s.
nuts.
Jack Keene was in the room yesterday and asked me for a cup of coffee, but he called it something else. I think he called it like Albright or Allridge or something like that. If you know in the chat what the heck he was talking about, was he just wamboozling me?
Oh, man. I've
But,
never heard that before. That's funny.
But Jack talked Thai. Jack knows some stuff from the Queens of the Stone Age.
Uh-huh.
He's been around the poker game for a while.
Okay. Yeah, Jack is also an excellent guy at the table. Great personality, great player.
The natural is what
The
they call
natural.
him. Pedro nailed it right here. He says, "Let's go, Big E." Way to lay down the ace king.
Yeah.
I probably would have been out the tournament. Pedro, you're joining me and George right here.
Hey, we
And
would have done that.
probably Kevin and probably
he's raising his hand.
Scott Armstrong and Frankie and Chris Murray at the table. We all would have been out of that because that if you thought the ace was good on the flop, there's not much that improved for any other
Right.
hand there, and he still laid it down. That was a
Laid
big
it
time
down.
Kojak's laydown.
Unbelievable. And we're off to a non-action flop here. It looks like it missed everybody. Unbelievable. Murray with the Jack-2 does make a bottom pair, but you
Now
can't feel
Scott
good about
trumps
that.
him. Scott had a 5 for the wheel draw, but he hits his 4, and he doesn't know it. But he is in first place in this hand.
Yep.
And Murphy Lee leads out with his bottom pair. That's going to be enough to get Bobby off the hand. Nothing there to help him unless he calls for the 5. He's got calling chips in his hand, and are they going to go in the pot? What do you think?
I think he wants to. I think they are going to go in, you know. I think Bobby's stack is big enough. He can kind of...
Nope, he put him back.
Wow.
So
Look at him laying it down.
He played all 4 of the qualifiers for this, and he qualified in 3 of them.
3.
He triple bagged into this, so he's not going to let those chips go lightly.
No, he earned them.
And here goes Sticky Fingers Scott.
Sticky Scott. Both players with a pair far below the queen on the board. And let's see if we can get another diamond or another heart. That would make things interesting.
Here it goes.
Oh, it's another 2 instead. Murray takes the lead.
And if Scott called thinking his 4 was good there's no way that he can think he was trumped by another 2.
Uh-huh.
Look at Murphy. Look at him smiling.
There he goes.
12,000. What a small bet.
What a small bet. That is value town
Little
right
under
there.
1/3 of the pot.
Value town. And look, Scott's almost got no choice but to pay it off.
And he thought his 4 was, and he flips over first.
Yeah, he was excited with the confidence right there.
Did you see when Murray flipped it over, Scott said, "You ass."
Look, everybody's laughing at him, just like we are.
Yes.
Oh man, yeah, a lot of camaraderie at the table here. I love that about
Look at him,
poker.
and he's smiling. He's smiling.
He's cracking up.
Okay, who is the person with the quickest quips at this table?
Ooh, that's tough.
I'll see if you know that.
Oh, that's tough.
No, it's an easy answer.
Is it really?
It's a 1 second answer.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I think Scott's got some pretty good quips. I think Bo actually has some really good quips too.
He does, but Murray has possibly
okay.
the dirtiest, quickest quips. He is super fast with his jokes.
Yeah, and we've got another vote in the background here coming from Kevo.
Kevo, was it Murray?
Absolutely,
100%
Murray, he says.
Murray on that point. So here we go. Hand number dirty 31. Blinds are setting right around the point of 3,000, 5,000, 5,000. And so every orbit, 13,000 chips sitting in the pot.
Ooh, man.
Ready for grabs.
That's right.
And at this point,
Wait a second. We have it all in, I think.
Scott says, you steal it with that deuce on the river, I'm going to steal it right back from you. I'm still in your small blind. I'm getting some of them back. And I think it's going to get all the way through.
It looks like it. Yeah, Bobby's going to have a hard time calling with that King 6.
Yep. The only person that could make that call would be Keiko with over 700K. And you can see everybody laughing again right there. So we've got the lapel mics almost ready to go. They should be ready to go by our Tuesday stream. But I guarantee you said Scott, I said Murray. And Scott fired something off right there at Murray, and he's still talking to him, and everybody's joking about it. Murray's the only one not laughing yet, but here we go.
Yeah, and if you went by just the table talk, I don't think you would think this game is very serious at all. But, man, these players are out for blood right now.
You would never know that they're playing for $12,000 package.
Up top.
And they are ready to go.
Yeah, and they are really making moves here. Dirty number 32.
Dirty 32. So we've seen some big moves, some big bluffs. We've seen a huge laydown, especially by seat number 4 right there, Eric
King.
Molina. That
Could
was
not have done that.
insane.
And it's real easy to pat yourself on the back for making a good call. It's real tough to pat yourself on the back for making a good fold, but sometimes that's even more important.
Because, he gave away a little over. So he gave away 60, gave away 8, and gave away 15. So he gave away 83,000 chips at hand. But that should have been his tournament life right there.
Right.
And he did not let it go.
Yep, and that, again, good time to pat yourself on the back. And here we go. Are we seeing a walk? Is this the first walk? No, it can't be.
Keikoa says, nope.
Nope, never mind.
I got the chip lead. I'm calling you.
There it goes. Ace 8, not hitting a pair. Bo's Queen 9, also not hitting a pair.
And Bo's going to c-bet.
Bo c-bets before he could even put the chips in the pot, though. Keikoa throws the cards in the middle. And just like that, Bo's 25,000 chips richer.
And he's amassing quite a stack. He is second in chips,
He's doing well.
461,000 chips.
He's up 134K since we started this final table. That is pretty noteworthy right there. Now we've got 3 players down, 4 players up, and we've got 3 players eliminated from this tournament so far. We are going to the top 1 spot right now. That top 1 getting a seat to the main event in Las Vegas. You might have heard about it, a little thing called the World Series of Poker. $10,000 main event buy-in, a freeze-out. You can only enter 1 time. So these players will have their seat. Rather, one of these players will have their seat at the main event. We gave away 2 a couple weeks ago, and we've got a 3rd one coming around. Lucky number 3. See if we can't keep that in-house. Get that Kojak's name on the top of the winners list there
that would be
this
nice.
year.
We already have one main event, not main event, but 1 bracelet winner from Midland, Texas. That was Braxton Dunaway pulling in the monster stack last year. I'm pretty sure he's already out in Vegas ready to win some more.
Man, I would not doubt it. I bet you he took a private jet over there, too.
Oh,
Flying in style.
I would have if I was him. Keikoa raises it up, and Bo lets it down, and
That's
Keikoa
it.
says, I'm just, what was that scene from Rounders where he says, once you've taken some, then you just lean on them and just keep falling? That's what he's doing, pulling
That's
in
it.
13,000 at a time.
Yeah, I want to see somebody at the end. I want to see the last hand do that Rounders all in, where you just sprinkle the chips in the middle.
And in my club, I will splash the pot. We can't finish that on the live, but you know what fills in right there. It's ready to go. Rounders, great poker movie. If you're watching this, the
Excellent.
stream, I'm pretty sure you've watched Rounders.
You have, yeah. It's required reading at this point.
And one of the greatest quotes in that movie: "If you're sitting at a table and you don't know who the fish is,
It's probably you.
yes." And that's true. Scott with the best hand in poker.
There it is, and it's even suited.
Oh, it's dominated by that
Got that
jackknife.
bling right there.
Oh, and
he lets it go. Come
And
on,
he
what are these
folds
guys
it like it's
thinking?
nothing.
Wow. Wow.
We're gonna. So if you're out there and you want to make me a T-shirt, make me a 5'3" is the best T-shirt. That's what I would like to see.
Charlie, when is your birthday?
It is August the 7th.
August 7th. There it is. You heard it here. Get it by August 7th.
And you know how usually you don't share your birthday with really any of your friends just because it's so individualized.
Yeah.
2 of my greatest friends share the same birthday with me.
Wow.
Lady by the name of Bridget and a gentleman by the name of Mike.
Hey.
We call him Peanut. They both celebrate, so every year on our birthday, we always snap a picture, all 3 of us together.
Might have been triplets.
Uh-oh, look at this. Bo just does nothing but flop 2 pair.
Yeah, it does nothing but. Love to see that kind of stuff.
Nothing but.
And he's got a real high VPIP as well.
He's active.
24%. Not real high, not by Kojak standards especially, but look, he bets. Kakoa lays it down. Big Taco lays it down. And Bo takes it down.
They know at that point that he's not messing around because no one else but Bo knows.
Woo, Bo knows. Bo boats. And he's catching up to the chip lead, too, now at 510K compared to Kakoa's 683K. So we got 2 massive stacks. Everybody else right around 250 or below.
Frankie's holding down the far end of the table. He's keeping the chips from all rolling this way. But if you're out in the chat today, where are you at? Where are you watching us from? We love to see where our feed reaches to. We've had people from Australia watching us. We've had people from Canada watching us. We've had people from Europe watching us. Haven't seen anybody from North Korea yet.
Okay. Have not yet, but if you're the first, we'll give you a free hour at the table.
Yeah, just all you got to do is make the trip, 19-hour flight over to Midland, Texas, and we will let you go into our cash games. Robert Bass says, let's go, Francis. Now, here's the real question. Is that Frankie's real name?
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Wait a second.
Uh-oh. Is that Frankie's? I don't think that's Frankie's real name.
My life has been a lie if it is.
I've always known him by Big Taco.
Big Taco, BT.
Drinking that iced tea, having a good time, nothing but smiles, because he's already on his way to Vegas.
Yeah, he already won one of these packages. He's trying to win a second one.
Yes, 10 other players are headed to Vegas with him. We've got 4 for the monster, 4 for the monster stack. We've got 2 already for the main event, and we've got
1 more coming from today.
No, we have 2 from the Millionaire Maker.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have 1 more. So Kojax is officially sending 11 people. But let's be. Oh, Frankie's sister is watching from Sealy. His real name is not Frankie. Oh.
Wow, my life is a lie.
We're going to have to give him a hard time during the break.
Man,
and
sure is. Look, Robert confirming, sure is Francis.
So we'll say, what's up, Mr. Key? And when he says, excuse me, yeah, Francis Scott Key.
Francis Scott Key.
No, he will forever be known as Big Taco to me.
Yeah, that's right.
And he is World Series of Poker ready. Look at that hat.
He's got the drip.
Yes, he usually wears that Exxon hat.
Mm-hmm.
That's his kind of good luck hat when he plays. But he says, "I'm already riding dirty. Let's put on the let's get poker ready."
Hey, not this time. And he's still got a pretty healthy stack, 265K. He's not in this pot though. Eric and Murray are. Both of them holding a 10 here. Murray with the better double gutter ball.
Yes, double gutter.
But Eric with the better draw.
Well, Eric really has a double draw too.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Good
well, no,
back
only
door.
a queen. A queen gives him Broadway.
Mm-hmm. Oh, should have muted. Sorry about that, guys.
I didn't even hear it. So we've got people watching in Facebook. Thank you very much. We've got people watching in Twitch. Thank you guys very much. And people watching out on YouTube. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So a lot of great stuff happening at the clubs going on this week, this month. I know Celebrity Card Club just released their June schedule. and I'm flipping over to see if it's on Poker Atlas just yet. If not, we'll get it to you as soon as we can. But just for those of you today, CCC held that $100 430 PLO high tournament. They have 17 entries in that tournament. Registration still open for 31 minutes. So if you're over in Odessa and you're wanting to play some PLO, that's 4-card high. They have it going live at CCC. They are in level 5, 400, 800.
And Murray actually thrown out a pretty big bet here, 21K.
That's 69,000 sitting in the pot. That's 1/3 stack.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
but Eric really put to the test here. If he's going to call that, he's going to have to go all in.
and I saw earlier. Murray is really good at this. He is the one that's behind. He 7 outs to win this hand. He just throws out 21K and he
got it.
steals it. That is the Kojak's steal of the night. Hands up for Murray.
Hey-o. Go on, Murray. Get it.
But it's hard to make that call when
Yeah.
all you have is ace high.
Right. Almost impossible, especially, that king high board. A lot of straights get there.
So
But-
over at the River League today,
The River League. Tell me about it.
they ran one of these tournaments for a main event ticket. They had 119 entries. They have 2 players left right now. They are battling it out. 2 players left.
Wow.
One player walks away with a $12,000 package.
Unbelievable. So we are doing things here with a lot of our sister clubs, trying to send everybody we can to the main event, or just out to the World Series of Poker, too. We've given away some millionaire makers, some big stack tournaments.
And just like that, the
Wow.
list is already filling up. So if you're listening and you want to play on Charlie's live stream on Thursday at 6 p.m., we just put it up, 20 minutes ago?
That's
There's
right.
already 4 names up on the list. It is going to fill up before you know it. We're going to have a second table running, and it will be a must move over into the main game. We will keep that game full at all points in time. The only time it won't be full is right when we start the stream.
That's right.
They'll still be setting down because we're starting at 6 p.m. on the nose. I think it will be. It's a 2-hour stream, so from 6 to 8 p.m. It'll be running. But the thing about it is when the lights, the cameras, and everything else turns off, the action gets even hotter. So you
Action
definitely want
really
to be
heats
part of
up.
it. Look at this, Ace Quisha getting dominated on the flop, and Scott checks it like he's got nothing.
Just hitting trips, no big deal. Ooh, but that diamond there does give Eric some outs. He's got exactly 1/4 of the deck, 25% equity. Ooh, there you go.
15,000 is a queen high flush draw, good enough to keep it in. We've already seen Eric make some insane folds.
Yeah.
And that reputation, I think, is going to carry over into this, and he's not going to chase it because in his mind, he's thinking, what if Scott has the ace of diamonds? What if Scott has the king of diamonds? Am I dominated? What if Scott
Right.
has jack 10? What if he's got the basil?
Right. And he certainly does have a jack. Eric, though, not drawn completely dead. 15K into a pot of 45. He'd make 15 to call.
He almost did it. That's
He
the pump
almost
fake.
did it. There it is.
And is Scott going to show it?
No.
You don't pay for the information. You don't
You
get
don't
the information.
get the information.
Scott says, "Not in my house." I love that. Is that Matumbo? Is that the commercial when he throws the paper into the trash can and he
Not
knocks
in
it out?
my house, yeah.
Not in my house. Yes.
Oh, man.
You gotta love it. So don't forget, starting next Sunday, we've got a new tournament coming to Kojak's live. Not live, but coming to Kojak's live from Midland, Texas. It's going to be a cash game tournament. $120 buy-in. You start with $100 in chips and 20-minute blind levels. 1, 2, 1, 3, and we finish it off with 2, 5. After that hour is over, the cash game tournament is over, and you can put what's on the table in your pocket and head to the cash games, or you can play another one. It is your call. It's going to be crazy.
God, I can't wait to lose that. I will be there, guys. And I will not be there for long, probably. No, but it'll be a good time. A lot of cool things happening in June. Yeah, that Thursday live game, June 6th at 6 p.m. We've already got, I think, about 4 or 5 names on the list, so hurry up and put your name on there. It is first come, first serve. And Big Taco serving up the sailboats, pocket fours. The fake aces, sometimes known.
The fake aces.
And he's got pretty good position in the cutoff there against the big blind and the +1 position.
Oh, such a monster.
Wow, 5-3 would be so strong right here.
Until 8-5 flips over their hand and you leave the tournament. Keikoa betting out with the 6. Can Big Taco make the call? And that's look how fast. I mean, he grabbed those chips before Keikoa even got him in there.
Yep. And boy, I'd love to see a 4 come on the turn, giving a lot of outs to every other player, and Taco getting a set, really making for a nasty river.
So Keikoa bet. Big Taco raised.
And that was it.
Keikoa folded.
That was it. Big Taco was right. He had the best hand there.
Yep, he knew it. He played it. Must be something in that tea that says, I'm a winner.
He's drinking that winter tea. I love that. And we are going to be on hand number 37. Just like that, time has been flying. We're having a good time out here at Kojak's Poker Club. We've got this game going on. I don't know if you heard about it. We're doing a main event to the World Series of Poker seat giveaway. We had 4 flights for this one, A, B, C, and D. And we've got some pretty interesting players here. We got Keikoa with the 8-3 under the gun. Probably going to lay that down. We got Bo with the Queen-9, but we know Bo boats. And we've got Big Taco at 4-3. Now, these are the 7 players that remain. One of them will be winning a seat to the main event to the World Series of Poker. 3 of them will be winning a cash prize. All of them are real good players, though, let me tell you. Now, in addition to this tournament that we've got going on, we've also got cash games running. So if you're watching this, you got that itch, you got to play some poker, head on down to Kojak's, y'all. We'll take care of it. We'll set you up on a table. We got dealers ready to deal. We got chips ready to be played. And we got cards to decide your fate. Just like that, the flop comes 1 diamond, actually, yeah. 1 diamond and 2 spades. Bo is up and down with the backdoor diamond draw. Murray with the ace-4 of diamonds just gets out of the way. He knows Bo boats. And Bo chasing a straight that time. Did not boat. But it doesn't matter. Taking the pot down. And here's a look at the chip stacks that we've got here. We've got the V-pips as well as the chips. Looks like the big stack right now, Keikoa at 650K. But the big player right now, Eric, at 42% V-pip, 79K in his stack. He is the short stack. I'll have to put that V-pip to use here. Start finding some good spots. And the blinds 3K, 6K, 6K. So we will have to see some moves out of Eric. 6K big blinds with that 6K ante makes it about 12K effective. So Eric, I think, sitting on about 7-ish effective big blinds, or 14 actual big blinds, thereabouts, 14, 15. He does make a laydown, looking for a better spot. Bobby with the 5-4 suited in the small blind. Looks like he just makes the call, giving Keikoa the option. Kind of a dangerous play. Keikoa's been playing very good poker for today. And he does make the raise. Yeah, when you just call, you give him the opportunity to raise and bluff you out of the pot. Bobby, arguably with the better hand, though Keikoa does have the higher card there. Both of them suited. Either could get a flush. Not both of them. There it is. Bobby makes the call. He's going to a flop. That 5-4 will play pretty good post-flop, even though he is dominated by Keikoa's 7-4. Look at this. 1 heart and 1 diamond. 2 queens on the board. Neither player hitting a pair. It's going to be one of those games of chicken, it looks like. The player who bets the biggest, the player who is the most aggressive, likeliest to take down this pot. And look at that. It looks like Keikoa throwing some chips in the middle, putting Bobby to the test. 12,000 chips at a time. Bobby going to have a hard time calling without anything, but he's reaching for a couple of chips. With the pre-flop action, though, Kakoa raising it up pre-flop. Queen might be in his range. Maybe a weak queen, maybe an 8, 8, 9. Even queen 8. And just like that, Kakoa gets a little richer, adding on to that big stack. Now he's at 666K. And we are playing for a seat in the main event today. But on Monday, you could have a seat in a $2,000 guaranteed free roll starting at 6 p.m. That's tomorrow. Real small investment of free. Sit down, get some chips, and see what happens. You will be able to rebuy. You will be able to add on, things like that. But you can't beat the price of free. Not often you get to play some free poker. If you're new to the game, you're new to the stream, welcome. We love to have you. Come try out that free roll. You will never find a lower cost of entry. And $2,000 guaranteed in the prize pool at minimum. With those rebuys, with those ads, we could see that prize pool pop up. Sometimes I get up to 5, 6K sometimes. And not a bad way to spend your Monday evening. Bo looking down at the ace Quisha in the big blind against Kakoa's ace 5 suited in the small blind. We got blind on blind action here. Kakoa raising it up to 24. And it looks like Bo just makes a smooth call, disguising the strength of his hand. Whitney putting out a board. 2 diamonds on there. Kakoa pulls ahead with his pair of 5s and that diamond draw. And Kakoa bets it. He's got a sizable lead, about 10-1 on this hand. 91% equity. Bo is far behind, but he still has a good couple of overcards. He's got a decision to make. Is Kakoa just bluffing at it? With the second nut no pair here for Bo. No, he's going to lay it down, it looks like. Removes the chip protector, tosses it in the middle, and Kakoa picks up another 30K in profit. Whitney scooping that pot his way. Moving the button on to hand number 40. We are over the hill officially in terms of hands. And we've seen a lot of action here. We've seen a couple players getting eliminated already, all 3 of them so far. We're down to 7. We are playing to top 1. Although there is a money bubble, seats, or rather positions 2, 3, and 4 will get paid some cash. Actually, a sizable amount of cash, too. I believe the entry fee for this tournament was $200 with a $10 add-on. So you turn $210 into a couple thousand. That ain't bad. Or you could turn that $210 into a couple million if you are fortunate enough to make it deep all the way probably to the top of the leaderboard there for the World Series of Poker main event. Murray looking like he's getting a little feisty there with that 10-8. We've seen this play before. Didn't work out so good for him with the 9-10. And he's in middle position, so he's got a couple players left to act behind him, but the blinds do give it up, as does everybody else. So he takes down those blinds. 15,000 in the middle before anything even happens. And those are some much needed chips there. Eric needed to make a move, still sitting at 79,000 before that blind and Annie came out. And that is 12,000 chips that he just shoved in the middle there before anything happens. Whitney dealing them out. Hand number 42. The answer to everything in the universe. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Scott under the gun with the ace queen. The ace Quisha. And here we go. We are going to see some fireworks. Is Eric going to defend his blind? And it looks like Scott putting out a 20K bet right there. 4 pinks. Big Taco with the pocket 10s. Looks like Bo coming along with the A7 suited. Oh, and Eric making a laydown, getting a great price, but is absolutely dominated. Somehow sniffs it out, gets away from it, would have flopped top pair. And he kind of itching his head in disbelief there. But Bo with the flush draw, the nut flush draw. Scott with the Broadway draw, and Big Taco holding 2 of Scott's outs. And Bo getting a read on the chip stacks there with his ace-7. Scott decides to bet 20K, 1/5 of his stack. And Bo raising it up, throwing a black chip out in the middle there. He makes it exactly 80K to go. Big Taco thinking about it. His hand is actually best. But he gets out of there. And now it's a coin flip for the last 2 cards. Bo's got 2 chances to make that flush. If Scott can hold, he will be the winner of that pot and be a double up, assuming he calls. He's really thinking about it. He's laughing, though. Again, a lot of camaraderie with these players here. Playing pretty high stakes here. This is a $12,000 tournament package that we've got up top. Several $1,000s for spots 2, 3, and 4 each. Scott really thinking about it. Am I going to go out with this ace Quisha? Is Bo bluffing here? We know Bo boats. Playing tight, playing snug. Raises him all in to call. Scott with a big decision. Did Bo hit, or is my ace queen good enough? You can see him laughing it off, though. Looking at his hand. Oh, about to toss it in the middle there. And there it goes. He lays it down. Left with only 82K in chips. Bo's semi-bluff gets it through. And now we've got 2 very short stacks below 100K. Eric and Scott. Eric with 67K. And Scott with 82K. Gonna have to make some moves here. That blind, 6,000 in the big blind. 3,000 in the small blind. That puts Eric down to 64K with 3 in the middle. He's going to have to make some moves, but he will get the button on the next hand. So he may be able to wait out for a pretty good spot here. We'll have to see how he plays it, to see what cards he gets. Murray with the pocket 7s under the gun. What do you do there? Throwing up his hands. What do you do there? And here's what you do. You put in some raisin chips right there, making it 12K to go. Now, as those blinds get up there, the standard open, the standard initial raise size is going to be a smaller multiple of that blind. You saw there just the 2x. And that was good enough to take it down. Risking fewer chips, still standing to gain, just the blinds there. And that under the gun raise, real strong. Any of these players would know that. Any of these players kind of don't want to get involved when you see something like that. Pocket 7's honestly probably lower end of the range there of that under the gun raise. We're moving on to hand number 43. We talked about that free roll on Monday, but on Wednesday, if action is more your speed, we've got a $60 bomb pot tournament. $60 to get you in. And we're going to be playing 4 hole cards. You get dealt 4 cards. And then 2 boards, 10 cards on the board there. And we're going to be playing Omaha High. A lot of chop pots in there. A lot of people taking one board and losing the other one. Chopping it up. Oh, look at this. Scott all in with the ace-king. Bo with the king-queen suited. Completely dominated, but can he get away from it? Bo with a large, large stack at 560K. So 70,000 really is not that much. in terms of percentage. He's got the opportunity to bust out Scott, but the problem is if he loses, if Scott has a better hand by the river, Scott's going to double up, and Scott's going to be pretty dangerous. That'll put him about 140, a little more than that with the blinds. Bo really thinking about it, weighing his options. Cutting out chips. Looks like he's got 11 of them right there. He's thinking about it. He mucks. Face up. Look what I laid down. And Scott does pick up some chips, but he, I believe, would have preferred Bo to have called, especially after seeing his hand. That ace-king, that's a dream spot to be in when you're on the small blind as a short stack. Great time to shove. And just like that, Scott's up to 99K, just below that 100K mark. Kakoa playing with the chips, that's a pretty cool trick. I like the barrel roll right there. So if you're enjoying this live stream, hey, leave us a like. Let us know you're watching. That'll help us put on more live streams. We're having a good time doing it. We're probably going to do them anyway. But if you leave a like, that tells everybody, hey, these are getting popular. Maybe we should do more of them. And speaking of, we'll have a live stream game on Thursday at 6 p.m. It's going to be Charlie's 1-2 game. 1-2. Great way to get in there if you are learning the game, you want to take it to the next step, you want to be a little more serious about it. Doing the live stream, honestly, is one of the best ways to grow your skill. You'll be able to watch it back, see what you were doing, see what you were doing right, see what you were doing wrong, see what the competition is doing, and you'll be able to analyze the tape. Football players, soccer players, everybody, they watch tape all the time. Get in there, get on the live stream, get some tape, watch it back. And, hey, you'll have us here commentating over it, having a couple of laughs along the way. And here we go. We've got Scott's Jack 8 versus Murray's 9-3 versus Bobby's King 7. And Murray hitting trips this time. 9-9-4 on the flop. Smooth check. Love to see that. Scott improves to open-ended. Bobby holding one of his outs. And now it looks like Murray decides to bet. Bobby gets out of the way. There you go. Scott making the call. Let's see what happens on the river. Does he hit his queen? Does he hit his 8? Oh, wow, and he does hit a queen. It's the queen of spades, though. Maybe the scariest queen in the deck. Murray thinking about it. Murray. He's thinking about it. Taking his time. Do I bet? Do I give up? I got trip 9s. Is that good against a potential flush? Oh, and Scott shoves over the top of him. You can see that big sigh coming out of Murray. That is exactly what he did not want to happen. He had the opportunity to check, get away from it, but now he's faced with a decision here. Trip 9s, all in for 83,000. Murray's stack at 208K. This would be for a large percentage of his stack. He's probably thinking to himself, if I make the wrong decision, can I come back from this? Turns over a 9 and then throws it in the muck. Scott chipping up again. Coming back. Now at 144K. Really making those cards work for him. Growing that stack. And yeah, 144K now for Scott. Making the comeback. Big Taco, 290. Scott, 144. He's right about half of Big Taco's stack now. Eric at 64K. Murray at 208K. Bobby, 162. Kakoa just below 700K at 69. 690,000. and Bo at 560,000. So a couple of big stacks up top. But we've got Big Taco and Murray still with sizable stacks coming through. This is still anybody's game. Eric, the short stack at 64K, still not out of this. And Big Taco in the +1 with the ace jack. Eric with the jack 9 lets it go. Waiting for a better spot. I don't blame him at all. You kind of want to see at least an ace. That way, if nobody makes a pair, you'll have at least the high card. But it is tough to find those good spots. We got Big Taco's ace jack going up against Scott's king queen. A couple of Broadway cards here. There's a king high flop there, but it is monotone. Big Taco got plenty of outs. Any spade will do it. And he just shoves, putting Scott to the ultimate test. Look at Scott cracking up. How are you going to do me like this? Francis now, looking stoic here. Not giving anything away. Not exactly frozen, but not giving away too much information. Scott knows the decisions he's in, though. And look at the equity, though. Even split thereabouts, 53 to 47. Scott with the top pair, but Taco with many, many outs. You see those listed at the top. 12 outs. Only 3 of them have expired. 3 of them have been folded. Hey, Eric had the jack 9. He's kind of kicking himself. He would have flopped a flush. Little does he know, Big Taco holding the ace of spades. It still would have been, to use a big word, pretty precarious situation. Hey, Chris Gwynn showing up in the chat. Team Whitney and Kevin in the house. Love to hear that. Showing some appreciation for our tech and dealer team. Love that.
Yes, this is tech support.
We've got Kevin operating the tech support line. Pretty good there. And just like that, Big Taco gets a little richer. Stack now up to 331K. Love tournaments. And if you do also, we got another tournament coming up as early as next weekend. Well, actually, throughout the week. We got that free roll on Monday. We got the bomb pot on Wednesday. But we've got a probably larger tournament on Saturday. $3,000 guaranteed. $1,000 more than the free roll on Monday. On Saturday, it's going to be a $3,000 guarantee bounty tournament. Each of the bounties is worth $50, and it's $200 entry. So you knock out 4 players, you made your money back. Just don't get knocked out yourself. That's the key. I'm told that's the secret to success. Just don't get knocked out. Knock out 4 players, you made your money back, and a $3,000 guaranteed prize pool. It means there's going to be a lot of money at the top. So you could walk away with a significant amount of change there. And then Sunday, next weekend, Sunday, that's going to be that cash tournament. I am real excited about this. This is going to be wild. $120 entry gets you $100 of cash chips. No re-entry, no rebuy, no add-on. Whatever's on the table is what you can win. It's a 1-hour tournament. Pretty quick. And 20-minute blinds. Also pretty quick. But those blinds are going to be 1-2, 1-3, and 2-5. Plays just like a cash game. And look at this. Speaking of cash, Eric might be able to pick up some cash here. With the pocket rockets under the gun. And he does shove. He's been waiting for this spot for a long time. But can he get a caller? Oh! And Big Taco. Bo decides to throw in. Big Taco also in. We're going 3 ways. Oh, wait a second. I didn't realize. Eric did not go all in. He just called. That's why he got some callers and hits top set. How do you like that? Eric with the smooth check. See if he can induce a bluff from any of these other players. He's got that board so locked up. And here it is. Eric is all in. Eric in position, actually going from under the gun, but when you face the two blinds, you do have position. He shoves all in. That's the spot he's been waiting for. Picks up 24K in chips. Would have liked to see a check there. Again, you got so much of the board locked up. And you got a lot of outs, even if that flush comes through. You still got a lot of boat outs, sneaky boat outs. Nobody would see that coming. But Eric is still alive at 88,000 chips, 88 miles per hour. Scott with 123,000 chips. Next up, Bobby at 158,000 chips. Then we've got Murray at 228,000 chips. Big Taco at 311,000 chips. Bo at 536 and Cocoa at 676. Now Scott picks up the Ace King. Likely to raise it up here. I would think he's going to be making a raise. Yeah, it looks like 25. Pretty big raise. And Murray, King Queen, thinking about it. It is suited. It is diamonds. But it was Scott raising under the gun. A short stack, a volatile opponent to play against. He could shove in at any time. That means that Murray has to be willing to risk 100,000 more chips on top of that. Is the King Queen worth it? He's thinking about it. And it looks like he's letting it go. Yeah. Oh, reluctantly. You saw how, oh, he's still holding it. He didn't lose it yet. It's not in the muck yet. You can feel the pain in that slide. As soon as the dealer touches them, those cards are out of there. Very dramatic fold there. The King Queen suited. And Scott takes down the pot. Taking down another one. We're making our way near hand 50. We've been going for a good couple of hours now.
No, yeah, I'm literally going to push right now. Coming in right now. Coming in right now.
already shuffled.
Dealer's in. Yeah, it's just slow.
And we're going to be doing a dealer change pretty soon at about hand number 50. I don't know where that accent came from. You know, in the jungle, you meet a lot of people. Get a lot of accents, I guess. I don't know how to explain myself. I'm trying, though. And we got Charlie in the back singing some Oompa Loompa songs. I like to hear that. And we've got Murray with the 9-4, lets it go. Bobby with the 5 deuce. Nowhere near as good as the 5 tray. Kakoa with the ace king. Oh, he's going to hate that. He is up from his chair. It is auto folded. Oh, man, you hate to see that. Kakoa with the big stack, though. Who knows how much bigger it would have been. Bo getting away from it. Big Taco getting away from it. Was that the first walk? No. Bo raised it up. And Bo takes it down. Raising it up, taking it down. That's the name of the game. Oh, we got Debbie, Rihanna, and MJ watching and rooting for Francis from Frelsburg, Texas. Love to hear it. We got another one in the Francis fan club. Love it, love it. We love to hear where you guys are watching from, who you're rooting for. What do you think about that ace-king laydown earlier? That was wild. Eric's still in the tournament, 68K in chips. He's got more than one chip and more than one chair. Well, exactly one chair, but more than one chip. And it looks like the deck is growing cold. Some lower cards here. And it looks like we might have some blind on blind action here. Scott with the queen 6 does make the call, allowing Murray an opportunity to raise it up. And he's going to take that opportunity. Throws in a couple more chips. 19, 20, 24,000. And Scott hates it. Why did I just call? Look at him making jokes about it. Love that. I can't wait till we get the table talk. We do have some lapel mics that we're going to be rolling out here shortly. I believe that they will be in use for our Thursday live stream cash game. Charlie's 1-2 game, June 6th at 6 p.m. Let's go. Don Williams watching from Indiana. Hey, love to hear it. Go on, Don. Love that. Yeah, we're going global here at Kojaks. We've got the reach, we've got the talent, we've got the players, and we've got the tournaments. Come on down to that free roll. Got the Mahomes haircut coming in, says Charlie. In about 15 minutes, we'll be doing a dealer change. And we will have old Mahomes himself. You'll get to see and evaluate. Between 1 to Mahomes, how does that hair look? Scott with the King 10 on the button. Murray with the King 9. I'm going to say that every time until it gets old, and then I'm going to say it again. Scott getting in there, raising it up to 16K. You love to see that. Murray not likely to let that go.
Scott's got 100 and just about 20,000 chips. He's living low.
He's in there, though.
Travis is in here. Let's go, Frankie.
Hey-oh, Francis, you mean? It must be Francis.
It must be Francis. We just learned that. And I've only known him by Big Taco. He'll forever be Big Taco to me. Murray with a K9.
K9. Woo, 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 woo.
So is it going to be the German Shepherd or the Rottweiler?
I think that one with the hearts, that's going to be the...
Chihuahua?
Yeah. No, what's the cuddly one? I guess maybe a Malamute?
Malamute. Jack 9-5, 2 clubs.
We do have a heart on the board.
And Murray takes the lead. Scott is looking for queen, but I don't think he'll go much further this. Murray bets out small, 8,000. He's got 220 effective starting this hand. So everybody been typing in where they're watching from. Don Williams watching all the way from over in Indiana. Chris Gwynn, Team Whitney, and Kevin in the house. Oh, that is our dealer and our live streamer back there. We're going to flip the screen around. Look at this. Lean back. And here we go. That's Miss Witt right there. That's Miss Witt. Hey, I'm at Disney with the grandkids, making time to pull for my boys. Travis, which Disney are you at? Are you in California or are you in Florida? Murphy Lee, the German Shepherd, picking up trip 9s. Looking pretty with 3 of a kind. Bobby's got the 4 to the flush, and you still got Scott in there fishing for the queen. Actions on Murray. What is he going to do? He's pulling, it looks like 21,000-ish. I can't even count. Excuse me. That's 16,000 right there for him. So over here at Kojaks, while they're making this tough decision right here, we just opened up a 5 on the button table, so we've got several cash games going. Which one are you looking to play today? Because it is go time. 7 players remaining. We're on level 16. We started the restart back at level 11. 1,500, 3,000, 3,000. We're all the way up to 4,000, 8,000, 8,000 at this point. Bobby's got a big decision to make. He's got 126,000 chips left, and this is a big bet. It's going to leave him with 110,000. If he does make this call, he's fishing for the flush. I don't think he's going to make the call. Triple bag Bobby does let it go. And that takes us right over to Scott Armstrong. He's starting to live on a little bit of life support. He's got 95,000 chips left to call, and this will put him at 79,000 if he makes it. And with blinds at 4, 8, and 8, that does not leave a lot of big blind action left.
Man, what a tough call. What did I walk into? I went down, checked out the floor. Yeah, we got 2 games rolling right now. So if you want to play some poker, come on out and see us. But hopefully you don't face a decision like this.
He knows Murray's not bluffing at this point, and I think he's going to actually let it go. Yes.
Yep, he sure does. He sure does. And yeah, like I said, it looks like the action really picking up. I think the 2 tables that we've got are full, so we're working on a 3rd one right now.
Working on Dirty 3.
The dirty 3rd.
Travis is at the real Disney World, setting out in Florida. He is. Are you which park are you in? Are you in Magic Kingdom? Which one are you in? Which one's your favorite, by the way? We went to Disney about 3 years ago, Florida Disney, about 3 years ago, Disney World. And, man, I think I put in like 12 miles on my watch
Woo.
walking. It is some movement out there.
So just a regular
You're
day
in,
for
you're
you.
in
Huh?
Magic Kingdom, Travis. Have you taken your picture by the big tree, or have you seen have you been on the Avatar ride yet? That Avatar ride is crazy. That was probably my favorite ride that I rode out there. I rode it twice. Stood in line for 3 hours 2 times. 3.5 hours the second time.
That whole Avatar area.
Yes.
Oh, man. If you can get the magic hours, the late night stuff, and you can
Yes.
go look at that at night, man, that's beautiful. When did I go last? I think it was about 3 years ago.
Hey, you need to Hollywood tomorrow. I love it.
Ooh, that Tower of Terror.
Yes.
Go on, get it.
So I've ridden both. I've ridden both Tower of Terrors, and I think they changed the name of one of them now. But I rode it first out in Disneyland, and it's just an up and down ride.
Right.
And I'm scared of heights.
Okay.
And so
terrifying.
Yeah. Ryan talked me into riding the Tower of Terror. I think it's called something else at Disney World, but when I rode it, I was expecting an up and down ride, and I was getting ready for the picture, and all of a sudden we started moving forward and sideways, and it's a whole different type of ride there. It was pretty crazy.
You are entering the
Oh, my
Twilight
gosh.
Zone.
Oh my gosh, he did it the smart way.
Get a scooter.
Holy cow.
100% get a scooter.
All right, so the Kojak's win of the day is Mr. Travis Colvin renting a scooter at Disney World and still saying the feet are sore. Love it, man. I hope you have the time of your life out there with your family. I hope you enjoy it. What you should do, though, is you should tag us and send us a message.
Yeah.
And take a picture of yourself out at Disney World,
Yeah.
and we will post it online and show that our reach has reached out there.
We're going global, y'all.
So we've got people in Indiana, we've got people in Florida, we've got poker players all around the world tuning in, watching this final 7 players playing for $12,000 package.
You know,
Actually,
I'm still a little disappointed, though, Charlie.
why I'm not there?
No North Korea.
Oh yeah, no North
yet.
Korea.
Not yet, not yet.
That's our goal, is to get someone in North Korea to watch us. But these players, final 7, are playing for over $18,000 in cash and packages.
Wow.
The top prize being a $12,000 package to the main event. Look at this, Dolly Parton showing up twice, 95.95, both suited.
What is going on right here?
Frankie and Eric, and I think they're both going to go in the muck just as fast.
Hey, working harder, hardly working. Am I right?
1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3.
And 1, 2, 3, right there with the 7 deuce.
That was just as quick. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This may be a walking hand.
What is this? Squadouche after squadouche after squadouche?
Keikoa got a little better squadouche. Bo's got no squadouche. So
Yeah.
I do see Keikoa raising this up to probably 12, 16,000.
Now, he usually does. Actually, I don't think that there's been a spot where he's been able to steal the big blind from the small and has not taken that opportunity. It looks like he's making good on that right now.
And Bo's going to defend with a powerful 8 in the lead.
Yeah, powerful. He is in the lead, though, technically.
This is one of those hands where I wish we could put, the 51%, 49%. Because
Right.
when you're looking at that and you have an 8, you're like, how can I be almost 50% in this hand?
Yep, and here you go. This is how.
And
Nobody pairs.
It's still 50-50 right now.
Yep.
Keikoa is going to C-bet it up.
Keikoa with the better draws. Backdoor flush, backdoor straight draws.
And look at this. Bo has not instantly let it go.
Yeah,
He's
still
seen
thinking
how
about
active Keikoa has been. Keikoa's
knows?
VPIP is right around 33% right now. That's highly
Pretty high. Pretty high. Yeah, usually you'll see a lot of players look for other players at the table doing 30%-ish. Kind of with a target on their backs. But here at Kojak's, that's kind of the norm. And Keikoa with a big stack to show for it, 33%. Now, on the other side of that coin is Eric with 68,000 in his stack, not that far off in terms of VPIP. 33% for Keikoa, 31% for Eric. So with that activity, it can go both ways. You win some, you lose some. And the more you play, the more you win, but also the more you lose sometimes. So we'll have to see who ends up making it to the money. We are down to just 7 players. Eric, with the 7-4 suited. Oh, is he going to do it? Let's see if he wants to get frisky. He's thinking about it. He's talking. And he decides that he's going to agree with Murray. He said yes. But it looks like with those cards, yeah, they're going in the muck. Scott also going in the muck there. Murray with the ace-queen. Huh? Okay. He's holding like he wants to fold him. We know that's probably not going to happen. A lot of players, you see that grip on the cards, you think, well, he's going to let it go. Now this time he's got the one sideways, one vertical. Very interesting placement there. What is that? 24,000? Good raise right there. Standard 3x. Now, a lot of players want to disguise their raises. They don't want to give too much away by their raise size. The tendency with beginner players is you want to raise up a lot with your good hands. You want to raise up a little with your not so good hands. But these guys are pros, man. They're going to raise about the same size, whether they have a great hand or whether they have squadouche. And we are on to hand number 55. 55!
That's a good song. Is that really a song?
Yeah, it's
It
a
sounded
song.
like AC/DC.
It's something. I don't know what
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
AC/DC.
Is it? Yeah.
55. I can't do it. I can't. Yeah, not a singer.
That's all right. Neither am I.
So, hey,
I think we learned that.
Yes. Anybody watching, if you're out in Vegas and you're playing in any of the tournaments out there and you bag it up, send me a picture. I mean, you can send it on the Kojak's Facebook page. You can send it on the Instagram page, or you can send it straight to text to me. Send me a picture of your bag. Send me a big cheesy grin.
Yep.
And that will get posted, because one thing we like to do is post all about our players and let them know that we are 100% behind them.
Hey, we keep up with y'all. We don't call this a home club for no reason. There's somebody with a blue shirt moving some chairs around. Wonder who that could be. Kakoa. Look at him with the cutoff. Raise and a take it. Nobody wants to mess with that giant 700,000 stack.
No, nobody wants to touch it.
Nobody does. And it looks like we are going to be off to hand number 56. 56! Yeah, Sammy Hagar. I thought it was.
Jason Christie busting in with the win up here, showing us who it truly was.
Jason knows. My man, Jason. Jason knows.
Murray looking down at Queen 10 of clubs. Bobby right behind him, sharing the Queen and another club, an 8 of club. Yeah, I had to put the plural on there.
It is one club, I guess, isn't it? I don't know.
So what do you say if you have like ace of spades and king of diamonds? Do you have the ace of spade and king of diamond?
Yeah.
You have to put the plural on there.
I don't know. What is that shape, though? You know, actually, this is maybe a fun learning lesson for all of us. The club shape is not obviously like a blunt club.
Nope.
That you would use to whack people with.
No.
And it's not a gardening tool like the spade is.
Puppy dog paw?
It's a puppy dog paw. I don't know.
Yeah, the 3 pads, setting it down. So here we go. We're going to have action on this one. A lot of diamonds in the muck. 8 of diamonds already gone. 4 of diamonds already gone. 3 of diamonds already gone. And we've got Queen 10, 55. 55! And Scott's got the 4-3, 3-way action going to the flop. Here we go. Murray
Queen on the flop.
Top 2.
What is happening? 2 diamonds out there,
And
too.
he doesn't even slow play it. He raises up to 12,000 chips. And Bo's reaching. It is 2-bet up to 27,000 chips. Murray's got top 2, and there's a diamond draw out there. Bo's trying to make a move. Murray's double fisting.
Mowing them down. Mowing down Bo.
That looks to be to about 120
100 and change. Yeah, what is that, 115, 120?
That is a raise, a 3-bet raise to $120,000. All of a sudden, Bo's old Highway 80 speed
Oh,
limit
no.
55 is down to squadoosh.
Squadoosh. Only 12% equity, though. He does have out. Do you put the plural on that? He's got out.
Oh, yeah, because he's got 2 outs, but one of the 5 of spades is gone.
5 of spade is out of there. And look, Bo is out of there.
It is in the muck, and he lets it go.
And Murray's top 2 pair is going to take it down, denying equity, just in case he's got the diamonds there. You want to bet big and kind of get everybody else out of the pot. Murray's going to take his time stacking chips. That is what we call the victory dance right there. Boop, boop, boop. There's the dealer change. There's the Mahomes haircut. What do you think? On a scale of 1 to Mahomes, where do we land? That is Kevin there, one of my favorite dealers.
She's picky with what she eats, but she'll eat
And look at this, Kakao with the king, queen. Even before the cards are dealt,
What'd she say?
Kakao is just that good. Like the law of attraction right there. He's manifesting.
I'll take McDonald's. Give me 10 nuggets and fries.
And it sounds like Charlie's getting some McDonald's. These are sensitive microphones, I'll tell you what. I'm trying to look away. But, Kakao, he's looking down at that king, queen. Bo throws in a calling chip. One of those black ones worth $25K. Murray with the 9-5, the Dolly Parton.
Can you name one of Dolly Parton's songs?
She did that one called.
As you're thinking about that, Keikoa flops top 2, Bo flops top pair. Murray's got backdoor flush draws with those puppy dog paws.
Backdoor possibilities here. Kakao betting that 30K right there.
Oh, and Bo's going straight after it. He raises.
Bo really making some moves here. He's been playing real snug, real tight, trying to pick his spots well, but he's making moves, it seems like, kind of at the wrong times lately.
And Keikoa knows Bo's not raising with nothing, so
Right.
he's got to be curious if Bo's got maybe pocket 8s,
You're right.
maybe the same hand, maybe ace queen of hearts.
Right? Yeah, even ace queen, just the ace of hearts. Doubtful to see a set of queens, the way the pre-flop action went. Just raised it up to 25K pre-flop, called.
That's a coy move just to make that call.
Yeah, that's what we call a trap in the business here. Ooh, a 3 seals the deal for Kakao. Bo cannot win this hand with just his cards alone.
All in.
Oh, man. And look at this. Kakao almost snaps him off right away.
Oh, no. This is another
Bo.
all-in moment, and Bo's dead at this second.
Yep, he shows the cards. He gets the bad news.
And here we go. There's not even running cards that Bo can catch. It's over.
That's it.
3 of clubs, and Keikoa's 3 pair, queens, kings, and 3s, trump the kings of Bo. And just like that, all of a sudden, Keikoa's chip stack. I'm
moving
looking for
over.
it. I'm looking for it. It is at 1,000,000
Wow.
chips.
He's the first one to cross over to 1,000,000 chips. 1.22. And here we go. We are going to be on hand number 58. And we lost 1. We are down to 6.
And then there were 6.
4 places paid.
And the chips are starting to lean severely to the
what's going on
high end
there?
of the table.
Yeah, that table's getting heavy on one side.
Frankie's the only one holding it down over there.
Mhm.
Oh, what's he munching on?
He's munching on, I don't know. I don't know. It looks pretty tasty, though. Murray with the ace-10 suited in the small blind. Real good position to have a hand like that because it's pretty well disguised. You know, small blind basically is going to be a random set of cards there. And Murray raises it up. It's good enough to get Bobby to lay it down.
And he wasn't even still in that hand. He
actually
it
had
from
the goods.
Yep, from the get-go. All right, you still haven't told me a song by Dolly Parton.
You know, I was thinking of I was going to make a joke and sing the Paula Abdul song, but I
Yes.
can't even remember that one right
What is the hand that you call the Dolly Parton?
now. The 9-5.
Working 9 to 5. Yes. The easiest one.
Yeah. I put that song in the chat, Jason. What's the Paula Abdul song that I'm thinking of? The music video, she's dancing with the kitty cat. It's animated. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Lordy, I don't even know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
man. Making references from who knows when.
Oh, trying to look at the clock to see how long we have until we do head to the next break. And we've got a while. The tournament could very well be over by the time we get there.
Whew. Yeah.
Keikoa's got such a massive stack, it's just going to depend on how much pressure he puts on every single hand. And what I did do a while ago is when I walked out, the players wanted to make a save, so we were paying second, third, and fourth place, and the players wanted to take a little bit off and move it over to fifth place.
Okay. Yeah, a little $300, get your money back kind of deal.
Yes, and it's nice. Keikoa looking at a real hand. Did Bobby raise it?
Yeah, we got that Mahomes hairdo in the way.
And Bobby raises it. Keikoa says, "I am all in."
And Bobby with the pocket fours, we got a race going on here.
It's a race.
2 overcards.
I hope I win. What movie?
Is that Rounders also?
No. It's got Mr. Bean in it.
Oh,
Rat
dang,
Race.
Rat Race. Yeah, that is
Yes.
one of your favorite movies, isn't it? That's a good one.
Straighten up. Straight up. Do I really want to love
That's the
you
one.
forever?
Opposites attract.
Yes, opposites attract. That's it. Flat
Ah,
line.
man, we
Do
got-
that. So here we go. We've got all in for the tournament life for Bobby Martin, Mr. Triple Bagger. Pocket fours versus Ace 6 suited. Flop comes out. Ace 5 3, and we're looking for a 3 and a 3 only for Bobby, or a 4. Sorry, a 3 or a 4. And this is it right here for Bobby's tournament life. Slow, and it's a 5, and Keikoa wins with aces and 5s. And just like that, triple bag Bobby walks away from the table
Wow.
in 6th place, one shy of the money. Bobby, give a hand to Bobby.
Woo!
3 bags. Great tournament, Mr. Martin, and definitely deserved to be here. And we will see you on the next side, Bobby.
Great job, my friend. Great job. Unbelievable how unbelievable how these chips play out. You got Bobby coming in, one of the chip leaders, I believe, actually sitting down. Now, he had about 150K to begin with, and he is now out just like that. We're down to 5. And now we've got all of these players actually in the money with that consolation prize of $300 for the 5th place. So you're going to be at least getting one of your bullets back. Of course, the top prize is really what these players are playing for. That seat in the main event. A Big Taco actually already winning our last main event giveaway. Keikoa with the King Queen. Look at this against Murray's King 3. Murray lays it down. Keikoa in the small blind. He's been real active from that position. So this raise that he's about to put out here is going to be pretty well disguised. Big Taco with the Jack 9 suited, though. Definitely a calling hand. And we got 1.3 for Keikoa. Huge stack. Look at this mountain of chips here. Fumbling one or two of them at a time. I don't blame him there. And here we go. How much does he raise to? That's the question. I still don't see anybody in the chat. Mahomes hairdo, yay or nay?
So he called it a high-end fade or something like this, but it's the Mahomes. That's what
It's
made
the
it popular.
Mahomes.
So here we go. The king queen that put Bo out of the tournament is up against Big Tacos. Oh, just kidding.
Just kidding.
He says fold. What'd you have? I can't beat king queen. So what is that? They do that commentator John Boy does funny bad lip readings.
Oh, yeah. Love watching that stuff. Like the Star Wars one. If you haven't seen that one, that's pretty funny.
I'm putting it on the list. I'm putting it on the list. So we got people from Indiana watching. We've got people from Disney World out in Florida watching. We've got people from Midland, Texas. We got people from Oklahoma. Where are you guys at? Want to give a special shout out to Flatland Infusions out in Midland, Texas for
Hey-o.
watching. And also want to give them a shout out for knowing opposites attract.
Hey, that was a good one. That was a good little piece of trivia right there. Great song. Jason also throwing out Straight Up Now Tell Me. That's also a good song. I think that's also Paula Abdul too. So
Yep.
He
Paula
wasn't
Abdul was
far off.
she was hot, man.
yeah.
You know what? When I was younger, I was a kid in the '80s. My favorite song, and I had the jacket and the glove, was Michael Jackson. I could, man, I had the dance down. I was in the living room. My mom was laughing at me. I'm glad they didn't have camera phones because
Yep.
there would have been some videos of me terribly dancing. So here we go. That's an all in.
From Eric with the Suited King. And Kakoa, yeah, he's calling that one.
Yeah, he raised to 40,000 to put them all in. And here we go. Ace 5 versus King 7.
All in moment.
5 players remain. 5 players will be getting paid.
And let's see if Eric can stick around, maybe ladder up. Well, there's a heart on board, so he's not completely dead. Let's see a 5. Come on, 5. Ooh, it's an 8 of hearts.
That gives him all kinds of outs. 14 of them to be exact.
And it's a 2 on the river, not one of his outs. Kakoa's ace high takes. Oh, he makes a wheel, actually, on the end.
So just like that, that wonderful laydown Ace
Man.
King got Eric all the way down to the money. Great tournament, Mr. Eric Molina walking away. He does get $300 for his efforts there.
There it is.
And he's set up for that new cash game tournament next Sunday.
That's what I'm saying right there. Get out and see that. Yeah, that's going to be fun. We got a lot of good stuff coming up in June. New month, new tournaments, new schedule. Going to be great. But Michael Jackson's Bad was my first favorite album as a child. That was so good.
The scariest music video I've ever seen is
Thriller.
the Thriller.
Oh, man, I had nightmares.
When they were beating down the door.
Yeah. And what's his name? The guy who does that scary part. He's the voice of... yeah, that guy. He's the voice of all kinds of scary things.
Choctaw Nuts going in the mutt.
There it goes.
Choctaw Nuts. Jack Deuce going in the muck twice. Wow, that's
Okay.
a tongue look at this, Scott.
With the ladies.
It's ladies' night, and I think Frankie has to make the call. 'cause
Yeah, he
Scott
does.
shows short stacked. Wow, it is hard to talk, ladies and gentlemen.
That's okay. That's what happens.
So Scott goes all in with queens, and Big Taco doesn't make the call. So Scott's 40,000 chip stack is now built up a little bit, 86,000.
Hey.
There we go. Graphics got caught up, and
We got 4 players left.
we were talking about how Kevin's colic looked like a Playboy bunny last week.
Yeah, I recall.
This week it looks like, I don't know. What does Kevin's colic look like today?
I'm going to say Scorpion.
Scorpion, I like that.
You can see the tail and the little, the
Yeah,
pictures.
I see it now. There it is.
Maybe a crawfish.
Yeah, a crawfish. That's
Something like
perfect.
that.
That's perfect with a 2 claws. So Scott's queens get all the way through, and he is now in the small blind. Keikoa looking down at the 7-4. That's Joseph Marquez's favorite hand. He's got a tower. He's got a wall.
Unbelievable.
of chips.
Yeah. The Great Wall of Kakoa.
Frankie folds. Scott in the small blind looks down. He says,
Hey.
9-7 versus 9-6, and he gave the 9-6.
Nope. Yeah, that's a walk. I think that's actually the first full-on walk that we've seen. Hand number 63.
Oh,
That's wild. These players are really getting in there. They're scrappy right now. They're fighting for every pot.
4 players left, and Keikoa, 2.3 million chips in play, and Keikoa's got a mammoth. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's got 1.2 million, something crazy like that.
Whew. Unreal.
Murray's got a decent stack. Frankie's got a decent stack. Scott is looking for a quick double or triple up. He is still in the fight. He has fought the good fight.
And it could happen.
Like we said, we brought 11 players back today. And on the first hand, Scott picks up pocket jacks and busts Mr. Hunter's ace king. It went brick, 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 brick.
Wow.
And here we go. Scott's
All in with the
nine.
ace. And Murray going to think about it with the 10-9. He gets out of there. Kakoa, though,
I think he's got a call.
yeah, he does. It's not going to be a huge commitment from his stack. The problem is, do you want to power Scott up?
It's definitely not a person you want to give chips to.
Right. Oh, and he does make the call. You're right. He had to do it.
So here we go. Scott's tournament life is on the line. Ace 7 offsuit versus the unsuited German Shepherd of Keikoa.
That makes sense. I can see it now. It's kind of like a Rottweiler, isn't it?
Yep. Here we go. Action has commenced, and here we go. Ace 7 versus King 9. Scott's tournament life on the line.
Oh, and there's a 9 on the flop.
Scott's down to 3 outs. There's the 3.
Any ace will do.
And just like that, Scott had a wonderful tournament run. A heck of a job. He goes out in 4th place. And he picks up just north of $1,000, north of $1,100, almost $1,200.
Love that.
Not a bad day at the office, but now it's getting real. There's a saying there, and I can't say it on here. It just got real.
It just got real.
And 3 players left. First place walking away with a $12,000 package. And that gentleman that's sitting over there in seat number 3 has already gotten one of these. And this is a freeze-out tournament. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with that seat.
This is going to be interesting. And it looks like, so remind me again, what are we at? 2.2 million chips in play. Keikoa has almost 5 million chips. Running away with it right now.
Yeah, it looks like Murray's got about 250, 280, 3 and some change.
Now, of course, anything can happen. You know, these players are a good, solid double up away from being lethal. And we saw that last couple weekends ago when we were doing the last main event.
We saw somebody, I can't remember who it was, that was short stacked the whole table and won a seat, and I can't remember who it was. Shame on me, Charlie. I'm going to have to look it up, but was short stacked almost the whole tournament. We got 8-7 versus 7-6, and Keikoa has got the majority of the chips, so he's gonna bet on everything, which he should.
And he does, and Big Taco lays it down. Keikoa picking up another $45K from that pot. Pot was $105K. And with the blinds at $10K for the big blind and the $10K ante, these pots are getting large.
Kelly, she was short stacked
She
going
was-
into the
yeah.
final table, and she ended up qualifying for the Millionaire Maker.
Woo! Go on, Kelly.
And she started the tournament with like 40,000 chips. First hand picks up pocket jack, shoves them all in, and just fights the whole way there. Stayed patient.
That's it. That's the way to do it. Choose your spots. Make good laydowns. Big Taco now with the 5-6 suited in the small blind. Keikoa first to act on the button pre-flop, last to act post-flop. Interesting game when you get down to 3 players. Now we will be going heads up to find out who wins that coveted spot at the World Series of Poker main event.
Button moves around. Hand number 67 coming up at Kojak's. We've got several cash games going outside, so whatever your poison is, my poison, I love 1, 2.
Yep.
We've got 5 on the button, and
Yep.
the list is filling up for the live stream this Thursday. There's not many seats left, but don't forget, if you don't get on the list, we will be running must-move tables, so we will keep that table full.
And if the list is already full, go ahead and put your name on there again, or anyway.
You never know who's not going to
You
show
never
up.
know who's not going to show up. And first out, you'll be the first one in.
Shout out to Mr. Vince for bringing us some chocolate milk.
Go on, Vince. My man.
Enjoying
Vince got one of the most infectious smiles.
He does.
Happy
Even
guy.
though he's left-handed, he's still got a great smile. Frankie with
Going
the
in.
Kojak.
Going in with the Kojak. Love to see it. And Keikoa actually, I think, has to call, but he's dominated with the Queen Jack.
I think he's going to let it go when he sees Big Taco has 224,000 chips. If he accidentally doubles them up, that's 448,000 plus the pot.
Yep. If he accidentally doubles him up, which is likely, unless the board runs out all club. Nope. And he does lay it down. You're
And that's
right.
still a 25,000 chip. 10,000 big blind, 10,000 big blind ante, 5,000 small blind. That's still a 25,000 chip grab.
Good grab right there.
And Keikoa, he started off the night shuffling the 500 chips because he was the 500 chip leader. Then he was the 1,000 chip leader. Then, we colored him up. And now he's got a full barrel of those black chips.
He's shuffling those bad boys up. I see it.
And does it just with ease.
Yeah, it's how much time you spend at the table. You can really tell right there.
What's your favorite chip trick that you see people do?
Ooh, I'm a big fan of the roll right now. I can't remember. Yeah,
roll
where you,
across?
the barrel roll. But there's also one, I saw somebody doing the butterfly, where instead of shuffling them together with one hand, you turn them over on top of each other.
Never seen it. 2
different stacks like that. I was practicing that one the other day.
Oh.
Should have been practicing my pitch. But you know what?
Oh, we're going to have some action here. Ace 10 versus Ace 9 suited. Flop comes out. And
wow.
just like that. Not only does he flop the nuts, he flops the draw, the redraw to the absolutes.
Right. To that straight flush. And Murray's got just enough of this that he may continue with his gutter ball there. Gutter ball and backdoor
And
Broadway.
Big Taco's playing coy. He
that
checks
check.
it.
Sneaky check.
And Murray bets it. And Big Taco got exactly what he wanted. 40,000 chips or 35,000 chips fly into the pot. Big Taco follows along. That lets Murray know at least. Oh, there's.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no, the 9.
There's the straight for Murray.
There it is. He hits his gutter.
Big Taco's betting it like he hit the straight also.
And Murray actually has the straight. Oh, and he turns over the 10. And it's the flush that wins.
Oh.
Man, you hate to see it.
Big Taco probably could have got a few
He
more
could have got a
chips
few
there.
more chips out of there. Now, I'm reminded of, you ever watch The Big Game, that poker show from Poker Stars, where they get a loose cannon that's an amateur player to play against a table of...
No, I haven't seen it. How great is
man, amazing. Tony G one time, he's playing against Phil Hellmuth, and he just antagonizes him the entire time. Excellent television. So I think they go all in, and Tony G has him completely crushed. No outs for Phil Hellmuth. But then Phil Hellmuth turns a straight that's no good against Tony G's boat. And Tony G says, "You got there, Phil. You got there."
that? Oh, no. Heckling him just a bit.
Heckling him just a bit.
Update
That's
from the World Series of Poker Mystery Millions.
Hey.
Mr. Mike Moyers in day 1D, and he's got 61,100 chips.
There we go.
Bring it home, Moyer.
Come on, Mike.
Look at this. Murray's all in.
Wow.
From the big blind, and Frankie lays down.
Gotta let it go. Jack's so strong right there, especially three-handed. And Murray not complaining, scooping a pot, having a good time there. Now, that really evens up these other two stacks here. 324,000 for Big Taco and 273,000 for Murray. Of course, obviously dwarfed by Keikoa's 1.5 million chips.
3 players remain. 760,000 is the average chip stack. That's the average chip stack.
Oh, that's
And-
unbelievable. So
and-
Keikoa doubles the average chip stack with 3
Yes.
players remaining. Unbelievable. Oh, man.
So this whole time on our graphic screen, we
Yeah.
thought Keikoa's chips were wrong, but the little box, we just dragged out the little box and it added the extra 0.
Drag the box. That's all you got to do. Hey, we're learning computers over here.
So Keikoa's got 1,507,000 chips. Big Taco's got 314,000,
Whew.
and Murphy Lee has 263,000. So both of their chips added up together is 1/3 of Keikoa's stack. That's incredible.
Yeah, both of them added together doesn't even reach the average 750,000 chip stack. And look at this flop, Queen Jack 5. Both players hitting the 5, but Taco with that kicker.
And that pair of the jacks has to make Murray feel pretty good about his kicker not playing. But little does he know the kicker by Big Taco.
Counterfeit right there.
Yep.
Murray with the 3 pair.
Now Big Taco should lead out. Nope. Check.
Nope. Check.
He slams the 5 down and he goes.
He
"Got the
shows
king,
him the
I got the
king."
king.
Oh, man, these guys are just having a great time playing. Love to see it. Can't wait to see them go deep in the main event. That's going to be excellent.
The only thing that sucks is we don't have our commentating
Yeah.
to go on that.
Yeah.
What would be nice, though, is if one of them make the final table, we could put the final table up in the OBS
And
software
talk over it.
and mute
Yeah.
the professional commentators, and we can talk about them.
I like your use of air quotes there for the professionals. Yeah, we know how it goes. We are the real professionals here, obviously.
Hey, and we also want to thank everybody for tuning in and
Yes.
listening to us tonight.
Thank you.
It's been a blast. We do this all for you guys. We like to give you an insight to the minds of how they're professionals. We've got some of the best players out in the Midland, Odessa, West Texas area in the United States. They
Yeah.
can hang with anybody.
About
And
to
all they're
say.
doing is getting into the big boy tournaments here.
That's right. Tequila?
Miss Nikki coming by to see if we wanted something to drink. We asked for tequila, but I don't think we're going to get it.
Such is life.
It would make for a much more stream. We'd have to put the TV mature in the bottom left-hand corner.
Well, it would sure make things get a little crazy, I think,
Yeah.
a little fast.
100% approved by the Motion Picture Association.
We were talking about margaritas earlier today. What's your favorite type of margarita? Put that in the chat. You can tell where my mind is.
My favorite type is one not served.
Really?
I'm a Crown drinker.
Crown. Okay. All right.
I like Crown.
I'm a big fan of Crown also. But you can't really put jalapenos in your Crown. That's what I like about the
put 'em in a
margaritas.
margarita?
Oh, man. The spicy Ritas are where it's at. Head on down to Terlingua, y'all. Check out their spicy margarita. I can't remember. They got a prickly pear with jalapenos in it, and it is really good.
Yikes. Prickly pear margarita.
Mm-hmm. Very tasty. And look at this big taco with the 4 deuce. Does decide to call. Murray has no choice but to check that 10-6.
They know when they start getting down to three-handed that
Yeah.
all cards are strong.
That's right. Yeah, big taco gets a pair. Hard to make a pair when you're 3-handed. And it looks like he turns over the 2. Showing him. Yep. Yep. We've got...
We got a nader.
We got a nader. This season just really hadn't quit. Now, statistically, we're on the second to last day of the severe weather season, statistically. But sometimes that'll extend all the way till about June 7th, June 8th, something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of goings on up in the sky right now. Dallas getting hit by some thunderstorms. Hopefully, if you're watching from Dallas, hope y'all are okay.
Dallas, Amarillo. Hopefully, y'all are indoors. Lubbock, severe or tornado watch. Amarillo, tornado watch. South Permian Basin.
Yeah, right around. Saw a tornado there yesterday, actually. Right around that same spot. A lot of convection over there.
So if you're out in West Texas, make sure that you do keep an eye on the weather while you're playing, or come in and watch the weather with us and win some money. There's no better way to do that. 2 cash games running, whole new June schedule up and running. We've got Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Happy days.
Happy days.
Oh,
Hey.
what's your favorite TV series from the good TV series area?
From the good TV series? What are you talking about? Seinfeld era?
No, way
Before that? Oh, man. You know what?
1992, we used to race home on Friday nights, and my family would order pizza, and we would watch Full House.
Full House is great.
Oh.
I don't think it has anything on the Dick Van Dyke Show, though. Love Dick Van Dyke.
You went way back there.
Yeah. Well, you said the good era.
Yeah.
You know? Here we go.
Oh, look at this. Murphy Lee just flops a miracle, flops the joint, and Big Taco goes all in. Murray calls.
We got another all-in moment here. Between the 2 short stacks, Murray's tournament life is at risk.
I'm trying to figure out a way. Chop Pot could go Jack 10. That would be detrimental.
Yeah, that would be about it. If we see another Jack and another ace, Big Taco actually will pull ahead.
Turn card comes out, a 4 of hearts, and that gives, nope.
No, Taco still got outs. Oh, and there's another king. It doesn't help, though.
So Murray doubles up through Big Taco, and that puts Murphy Lee's chip stack at 471,000. And Big Taco is in some pain, but he's not out yet. 151,000 chips are going to remain in Big Taco's stack, and this could be a game changer.
And what do they say? You just need a chip and a chair.
That's all you
Big
need.
Taco's got 151,000 chips and 1 chair.
That's big. I mean, that's plenty to still hang.
That's right.
Couple double ups. 151 turns into 352 or 302,000, which turns into 604,000 real fast through K.
Look at that math right there.
I just learned. I did the Common Core.
That's what it is. Yeah, that sticks and lines approach.
Yes.
That's some interesting stuff. I tried to learn that on YouTube a couple weeks ago. Didn't get too far. No, I'll stick with the percentages.
So here we go. Keikoa looks down at ace five. Look at that tower. Now
What
he's going
is
up.
happening? He's going to hide behind that pretty soon.
Oh, that's awesome. He's got a stack of chips.
Huge stack of chips. And Murray with the ace-9, going to make the call. Probably could have shoved right there into Keikoa's massive chip stack. But he does make the call. 20,000 more. And just like that, we see a flop that has a 9 in it for Murray and a spade in it for Keikoa. Now, Keikoa's keeping the aggression on. Throwing out a bet. Murray throwing out a call. Turn is a jack. Murray thinking about how am I going to play this? Another overcard to his pair of 9s.
That's got to make the pair shrink.
Yeah.
And Keikoa knows that at this point, Keikoa knows he's got a moderate pair, probably a 9, and the jack and the king scare him. So can he take advantage of this? Can he bully him? And no, he elects to go check, check, doesn't want to do it. And he flips over the ace-9, and Murphy Lee pulls in 60,000 additional chips, 531,000
There you go.
chips now. And it's getting time for Frankie to have to make a move. Blinds are, what, 5,000, 10,000, 10,000?
Mm-hmm.
So that is 25,000 out of his stack every time the button passes.
Every orbit. And those orbits are fast with only 3 players. So we're going to see who makes it to the final 2, who plays heads up for that all-important main event seat.
Frankie's going for his second one. He already has one. Oh, that'd be a good feeling if he won the second.
If he won a second one,
Yes.
that would be wild. He's not going to win this hand, though. Throws away the queen 9.
I'd like to see Murray raise it up right here.
Yep.
It's easier said than done.
Of course.
When you're looking at a stack that's 3 times the size of yours.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the stack and you can see the cards sitting in this booth over here. But, yeah, when you can't see any of that, it's real tough. And look at this. Which chips do you use when you're Keikoa? Like,
So
which side of the stack do you choose to?
So he had a 25,000 chip sitting out there, and he elected to keep the 25,000 and put 3 pink out.
Yeah, options, options, options. And look at this, Murray pairing his 4.
I'd like to have seen him keep the foot on the pedal, because he gave a free card right there, and any card above a 4 is going to be a scare card.
Yep, and there's a lot of those. And he checks again. Keikoa not making a stab at it. Ooh, there's another 9.
And that's whoever bets is going to win this.
There's 4 to a straight out there. Keikoa cashing in on that. Murray frustrated. He thinks, God,
Yeah,
could have hit it.
He missed the flop and the
Yeah.
turn to bet.
Any 6, any jack.
Keikoa doesn't show his queen high, and Murray's pocket 4s go in the muck as the best, but the worst one on that one.
Yep.
That was the aggression. That's the game of poker.
That's it.
Can you play it? Can you tell a story? And Murray showed weakness all the way to the river, even though he had middle pair on the flop, and let Keikoa take that one from him. And he knows it.
And when you're facing a tower of chips like that, too, you know that your bluffs are going to be less likely to get through also. Because he's just going to call. He's going to call 1% of his stack, if you're bluffing.
Yep.
If he has the opportunity to knock you out, knock you down, he's going to take it.
Mama gonna knock you out.
All right.
House of Pain, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who sings that song? Mama gonna knock you out.
Is that? Yeah, it might be House of Pain. We got to do a karaoke night, me and you.
Yes.
Me and you, man.
So if you're in the chat and you'd like to do a karaoke night with myself and George,
Hey.
let us know. We'll go singing.
Yeah,
We
we'll have a
can't-
good time
Big
doing it.
Taco all in. Queen 9 versus never
Queen
mind.
8, never mind. He scoops up 40K, though.
Yeah, that's a big win.
Getting healthier.
So he's now in the small blind.
Yep, he's going to have to give a good 5,000 of those right back. Notice the blinds did go up to 5K, 15-15. So we're at 35K per orbit.
Whoa.
Whoa is right. When you're only sitting on 186,000, that's going to hurt every time.
Look at that. Murray's got 15,000 sitting out before the cards are even dealt. And he's got 15,000 in the big blind ante.
Yep. There it goes. So we're seeing those chips changing hands, it looks like. Pretty rapid fire. Big Taco up to 216K as of the beginning of this pot. He's on the button, so he doesn't have to put anything down. Let's see, are the cards kind to Taco? Not really. 8 deuce is what he's looking at. Murray with the queen 6 suited. Is he going to get frisky? Going to raise it up? There it goes. Pow. Right up there to 30K. Kakoa needs to call with his queen 8. He's got Murray dominated. Of course, he doesn't know that. But that queen 8, actually not that bad of a hand, 3-handed in the big blind. And here's why. You pick up a gutter ball. Murray keeping the aggression on. Love seeing that with his overcard. No flush opportunities. Not a lot of equity. So it's not likely that his cards will win him the pot. But that aggression just might. No, not this time. Not yet, at least. Kakoa throws in Colin chips. And there's a king. Murray has 25 outs. 32% chance to win. There it is. A bet on the turn. 50, 60, looks like. 65. 65. And Kakoa throws it down. That was a large enough bet. Murray told the story. And he gets away with it. Kakoa still at 1.5 million at the beginning of that hand. Now down to 1.3 million. Huge, massive tower of chips over there. And Big Taco sitting over the 200K mark at the beginning of this hand, but he's got to throw in 30K to even see cards. Action begins on Murray looking at the ace deuce. He stole a pot off of Kikoa last hand. Let's see if he tries to go for 2 in a row. And it looks like he's putting together some chips here. Throws in a good, healthy, what is that, 37? 42? Kikoa lays down the queen jack. Yeah, 42. And Big Taco putting away the king 5. All of his blind and ante are belong to Murray. And Murray cracking up. Love that. These guys are playing for a $12,000 prize package. You'd think there'd be blood. You'd think it would be silent. But look, Murray's almost falling out of his chair laughing. Oh, man. Yeah, that's not something you get with any other sport. Oh, man. Too good. And just like that, hand number 82, Kakoa first to act with the King 5. And Big Taco with the Ace 8. Let's see if we get a little violence here. Big Taco.
Big Taco all in for his tournament life. Ace 8. 146,000 for Keikoa to call.
And Kakoa really thinking about it. Look, stress on his face.
He's got the chips, but he doesn't want to do it.
He doesn't want to power up Big Taco potentially. Really thinking about it. Really weighing his options.
And he makes the call. So Mr. Frankie's tournament life is on the line. He's got ace of diamonds, 8 of clubs. And Keikoa's King 5 made the call. The mammoth chip stack didn't cost him much. Let's see what happens. Flop comes out. Ace,
Ooh.
7, 9. Frankie's in the wicked lead. Keikoa's looking for
Oh, no diamonds.
no diamonds. And it looks like Frankie's going to double up.
Frankie is not down yet.
I am not done. I am still in it. I have 400,000 chips, and Frankie is smiling. It looked. All right, Big Taco looking down at the Basil. Murray looking down at the German Shepherd suited.
There it is.
We'll say Murray's looking down at the Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Aw.
And he's going to play it. He's grabbing around 35, 40,000 chips to go on top of that. And 10-5 can't do anything to combat it. So Murray picks up 30,000 additional chips.
There you go. And just like that, the two short stacks are like pretty close.
Yep.
Pretty close now.
And I'd like to give a shout out to the love of my life, Miss
Hey.
Ryan. She brought me a boba, a Princess Peach boba.
Princess Peach Boba. That looks pretty tasty.
All right, so let's ask this to the chat while we're in between hands. What's your favorite original Nintendo game?
For the OG NES.
This
what do
one's
you
for
got?
the OG NES.
Duck Hunt. You got Mario Bros. I think a lot of people are going to say Super Mario Bros. 2. Sorry, 3. The third
I
one.
like 2.
2 is great with the radishes.
Yeah, when you could do that little jump and hold.
Uh-huh.
Yep. All right, here we
Wait
go.
a second. Kakoa cutting off the chat with the 7-7.
Yep. Big Taco with a 6-3. He comes along with 30,000. Some of those newfound Cocoa chips.
There it is. Wanting to take a couple more.
Flop comes out, gives him a pair of 6s, but that's trouble.
Yeah. Very much trouble. He is just edged out by Kakoa's 7s.
And Kakoa says, I don't think you have a 10. I'm going to bet it. And Big Taco says, I call. Big Taco, once again, is looking for his second seat.
There's a 9. Kakoa actually improves to a gutter ball.
But that might be a pausing point for Big Taco. And there it goes check. And I'm sure Big Taco is going to check back. And it does. 10 on the river.
Now let's see. Does Big Taco tell his story? I've got a 10 this whole time.
And Keikoa leads out. Keeps the aggression on.
Ooh, nope. A little table tap saying, well played, sir.
So once again, if you're just joining us live, we've got the calendar up for June
Yep.
for Kojaks. We've got action on Monday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Saturday, on Sunday. What do we got on Sunday?
We got that cool cash game tournament. Look at me not reading it. We got the cash game tournament on Sunday. $120 buy-in gets you $100 of chips. 20-minute levels for a 1-hour tournament. And we're going to go back to back.
What does it
back
start
to
with?
Back. You start with the 1-2. You go to the 1-3. You go to the 2-5. This is going to be
Then you
wild.
go to, oh, we got to flip over. We got to
Yeah,
flip
what
over.
is happening here?
Look at this.
This is crazy. Ace Jack for Big Taco. Queens for Kekoa.
Murray in the big blind with King 6. He can't do too much.
Yeah, he's going to try, though. He's going to put out a couple of chips there.
Big Taco raises. Just kidding. Kekoa raised to 45,000. Big Taco said we're going to make it an even 100,000.
Here we go. And Kekoa in great shape with those queens.
He just reaches and grabs a handful of chips.
Just doesn't matter where they come from at this point. He's got so many of them.
And I'm trying to see. And he,
I think,
he
we
raised
got it all in. And Big Taco, here we go. For his tournament life, putting it on the Ace-Jack suited of club.
All right, hands together if you want Big Taco to win. This is it right here. Hands together for Kekoa.
Either way, these guys have played a great game of poker.
Flop comes out. King 5. That's what Murray folded.
Ooh.
King 5,
King
9.
5 is what Murray folded.
Deuce of spades.
Okay. And it's a king. Wow.
Murray would have boated.
Murray would have boated.
Look at him.
He's
And
so
hey, hands up. You can't see us right now, but we are actually clapping for Big Taco. He has had an insane Kojak's Road to Vegas month. He qualified in final table on a lot of them. He won him a seat into the main event, so I'm sure he's not too hurt about that.
Oh, yeah.
But he's walking away with just over
Couple $1,000
Yeah, third
headed
place.
his way. And just like that, there were 2 players left.
Great tournament, Frankie. Great run, and we're excited that you're going to be representing Kojak's in Vegas in the main event. You're going to be out there. I'm sure you're going to play multiple events, and we look forward to seeing what you bring home.
Absolutely. That's going to be fantastic. And here we go. We are heads up right now. And with the chip stacks here, this is going to be interesting. Now, if Murray is able to double up, that would tie the field. That would take 500 away from Kekoa and give 500 to Murray. Both would be sitting at about 1 million in chips. But as it sits right now, Murray about 2 to 1, or rather, I'll say it like this: Kekoa is 2 to 1 with Murray. But again, it only takes one double up. These players have been fighting for every single pot. And I don't expect that to stop anytime soon. And like Charlie was talking about, man, that Sunday cash tournament is going to be really cool. I'm also really excited about tomorrow, Monday. Got a $2,000 guaranteed prize pool for a free roll. 2,000 free bucks. Come on out. Get a chair. Get a couple of chips. Don't pay anything. See what you can do with those chips. Look at this. Murray, Queen 10. Let's see what he does with these chips. Kekoa already raised it up with his 7-5. Murray has him absolutely crushed. 2 to 1. He's got the Queen 10 of club. And there's a Queen 10 on the flop. Look at that smooth check, and he does it for the camera, inducing a bluff. Kekoa does bet. He takes the bait. Murray makes another smooth call. Oh, and there's a king. That'll probably slow Kekoa down. If he's representing a queen, he's going to be troubled by that king. But it doesn't look like it. He's putting out some betting chips. Let's see if Murray believes, oh, maybe Kekoa has a straight. Let's see what he thinks. He is shuffling. Shuffling those chips. Pulls a barrel out. Oh, and he goes to make a raise, and Kekoa instantly folds even before anything happens. And Murray drags a pretty big pot. Kekoa losing a couple of chips. Still has about twice as many as Murray. And now, if Murray were to double up, That would put Kakoa as the short stack. So it just goes to show you how quickly everything changes. And Renee, a fan of Chris Murray here. Love to see the support. Got 2 guys left. One will be going to Vegas to play in the World Series of Poker main event. Very excited. And this flop misses everybody. Oh, there's a 5. Kakoa hits a pair of 5s. And he's going to check it down with his showdown value. Murray also checking it down. There's a jack. All but Broadway on the board. And Murray bets. I just don't see Kakoa folding here, but he is a better player than me. He's thinking about it. Really well-timed bet. There it goes. Kakoa calls and shows and drags a pot, putting Murray down below the 700K mark. And we've got that tournament on Monday, the free roll. Pretty excited about that one. I would say a little more than a little excited about that one, but Wednesday is going to be wild. We got wild Wednesdays coming up here on Kojaks. That's a bomb pot tournament. It's a $60 entry. That's it. $60 will get you 4 cards every time and 2 boards to play. And Kakoa with the ace-jack suited, Murray with the 10-6 suited. Both of clubs. This could get disgusting. And it looks like Murray's making the call here. We're going 2 to the flop. And I see a club in the window. One of the few remaining clubs. And that is not good for Murray. But he does hit a pair. He doesn't realize it yet, but he does not want to backdoor into that flush. Kakoa. Stoic. Stoic Koa.
I wonder what the odds are. 2 people left in a tournament. Both people picking up clubs.
50-50.
No.
Is that right?
No, there's no
Okay,
chance.
it can't be that.
No, it's got to be something crazy.
Oh, there's another club. And Murray's still best with his pair of 10s. Top pair, mind you. But those clubs are dangerous. Murray thinking about his option. Every decision matters. Wow, throws out 100K.
Look at that. Keiko has got 13 outs.
He's got a lot of ways to win. But does he want to call on a draw? And it looks like the answer is yes. He puts out 100K in chips. All black chips. And there's a 6 on the river.
2 pair for Mr. Murray.
And now he's asking himself, how do I extract maximum value? What hand can I possibly be bluffing with that Kakoa would sniff out? He just throws out a wallop of black chips right there. What is that, 175? And Kakoa got weighing his option here. And
The real Bart DeSoma joining us in the chat from somewhere out in, I think, Arizona. If you don't know who Bart DeSoma is, that is one. He's a huggable person, man. He's a stand-up. He's a stand-up guy. He's a
guy.
big teddy bear.
He's got a punchable face.
He's got a punchable face.
Kakoa really taking his time with his decision.
And that's a tough spot, especially Murray leads out with 175,000 into a pot that had 380,000 in it, and it's a spot that is very bluffable. There's straight draw possibilities.
Yep.
There's a lot of bluffing components that can go along with this.
That busted club draw.
And he does get the that's a
All
snap
in,
all in
snap
and
call.
a snap call. Look at this. And Keikoa says, I got caught. I tried to make a move. And unfortunately, Murphy Lee did have the majority of that. And that's a big shift in chips right there because that's the chip stack leader change. I don't even know
exactly
the best
what
way
I
to say
said
that.
1 or 2 hands ago.
Holy crap. And just like that, Murphy Lee started that hand with around 600 plus thousand chips, and all of a sudden he has
Over 1 million.
1.3 million chips, and that's a chunk of change.
Chunk of change. Yeah, it's kind of like they just swapped stacks, basically.
Yes. And for the majority of the tournament, the final table, Keikoa has held the chip stack lead. However, he's going to be handing over half of his wall to Murray.
Yeah, half of his great wall of chips. Now, here's what would happen to me. I would tilt like a madman, and I'd go all in on the next hand no matter what.
That's why we're sitting in the booth. But I do believe the superpowers that Murray got right there was, you saw him drinking out of that styrofoam cup.
The styrofoam
I ordered some
cup
chocolate
was the
milk.
power.
And I think that was the Jamba juice that got him to that point right there. That's a double up juice. Maybe we should get Keikoa a glass of that and see if he can double back up.
There you go. And it looks like Kevin doing the count.
Lindsey Carter says, let's go, Murray. Aaron in the chat, told you, good job. So just like that, Murphy Lee, as many of you know him by his online name, or Gigolo, I think is his Twitter caller. He is now in the chip lead, just kidding, Murray. But he is in the chip lead. He's the one that we told you earlier. He has the quickest quips. But Keikoa, can he stay calm, cool, and collected? And can he gather those back for him? That's the big question that's coming now. And the blinds are still 5,000, 15,000, 15,000.
Looks like we've got our own rail here in the booth.
Yes.
Trying to watch who is going to reign victorious and get a seat in that main event, the World Series of Poker.
Yes, and as you can see, we've got a lot of Team Murray in the chat.
Hey-o.
They're saying, let's go Murray, and cards pushed around. Murray's going to look down at Queen 9 offsuit this hand. Keikoa looking at Jack 7. Let's see if he can avoid tilt.
Yeah, that's going to be the tricky part.
So spreading those cards out like pros. Murray's still stacking up that,
The great wall.
yeah, the synthetic wall that he's building. He throws out a raise. It's easy to raise at this point when you have extra chips. And
Yeah, the question is, which chips do you choose to raise from? Now, Murray in that position.
and here goes the yellow chips moving out.
Oh,
So
wow.
That's a call right there. Raise the
Yep.
45,000 call. We've got Queen 9 versus Jack 7 going to the flop. And 2 players remain. One player is going to walk out with over 2,800. The other player is walking out with a $12,000. Look at this.
Wow, action flop. Can you imagine Murray flopping the straight Keikoa with top pair?
Oh, and a straight backdoor.
And a
or,
backdoor,
sorry,
yeah,
gut
gutter
shot
ball.
to the jack high. Murray flops the joint, and he's reaching for black chips. Pot's already got 105,000, and there goes 60,000. So just over half pot.
Come on, 9 of spades on the turn. And Keikoa putting together some chips.
Those are calling chips.
He's throwing them in the middle. He thought about raising. You can see that.
He,
pump
he,
fake.
he is officially out of black chips in his stack, so he's got just pink, and
Ooh, a 4 of spades instead does give Keikoa the flush draw.
that's a great card with a 9 outs, and they're all effectively in play for Keikoa this hand.
Ooh, and look at that equity too. Keikoa way behind right now, but has a 20% chance of actually winning the pot. If it were up to just the cards alone, of course, we know aggression is a huge factor here.
So what does Murray do? He's reaching. He's got
Yeah,
a stack that
what's-
looks like a stack of 20.
What's the play here? Okay, 20-ish with some black ones on top.
95,000 maybe.
Getting the official count from Mr. Kevin Mahomes right there.
The Mahomes haircut is back in style, and that's actually 120,000 chips. That's 4 black and 1 barrel of yellow. And now that's digging into Keikoa's stack because he's got 637 here, minus 120. That puts him at 517 left in his stack.
And it looks like he puts together the call. That is a big chunk of Keikoa's stack right there.
And this pot has accelerated quickly, 465,000. We're on hand number 90 of the final table.
Yeah, we've been going for a while. It's an 8. Pairs the board. I don't think that's going to slow Murray down with the straight.
So Murray
yeah,
moves-
he all in, snap call.
Oh my gosh! And just like that,
That's it.
You see the celebration
That's
from
it.
Murray, and that is the hand right there that ends
Wow.
it all. And oh my goodness, it went from Keiko went from chip leader to out in just 2 hands. That is absolutely crazy. Hats off! Look at this. Told
Unbelievable.
you this is the ending hand. Aaron called it before I even had a chance to look over
Wow.
it. I couldn't even look back.
Aaron knew.
Would somebody reach outside and see if we can get Murray to come in here?
Murray, would you like to?
Is he out there?
Let me see. Let me check.
All right, let's flip around. All right, we've got Murray joining us in the booth, and
Let me get out of the way here.
yes,
Here, put this on. Let's get a little interview.
this is your champion right here. He just won a $12,000 package to the WSOP. What's the first thing you're going to do?
Going to Disneyland.
That's what I was hoping you'd say. So now you can join Travis Colvin. He's in Disney World, and he's been rooting for you out there watching the stream all the way from Disney World.
Travis,
And
my buddy.
look at this. Travis is sitting right there. Vegas, baby. You see how I threw that in there, Travis? Lindsay, hell of a job. Megan Williams, oh, hey. Look at this. MJ Gentleman. Everybody is congratulating.
Thank you, thank you.
What is it like? You just won a $12,000 seat.
I just won. I don't know yet.
So tell us,
cool.
that last hand, did you know that you had the absolutes
I'm calling on anything but a spade.
on anything but a spade? So once that river card hit, it was just an instant jam?
Yes.
Yeah. Was it the chocolate milk that helped you?
It didn't hurt.
So let me tell you the story. He brought me Long John Silver's this morning. I paid him back with some chocolate milk right there. I say it's a fair trade-off.
I'm in. I'll take it every time.
So we're sending 11 players to Vegas. 11 players. You're one of those 11. You're going to be playing in the world's most prestigious event. You're going to be representing Kojak's out there. There's still some of the winner share. I'm sure everybody at that final table wants you to win this because they get a 5% share of that.
Heck yeah.
Up to what, 50K?
I think I want to win more than they want me to win. I promise.
I don't know. We're rooting for you. But everybody, look at this. Damn, everybody's going through the chat saying, congratulations, Murray. This
Thank
is
you, guys. Thank you.
Your moment. We've got some great pictures. We'll be posting
Awesome.
them up online.
Fantastic.
But thank you, Mr. Murray. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Kojaks. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome, sir. And we're going to get George right back in here real quick, get the mic switched. You see Miss Whitney in the background. And just like that, we want to remind you. Well, first off, we want to shout out to
Hey, yeah.
all 10 players.
Big
and
shout out.
every Kojak's member at this final table. And I'm gonna flip over here because you can still see Murray stacking up
There
all
it
of his
is.
chips.
God, and he's going to stack them up. You might as well.
Yes,
You earned them.
Got to get them in the picture.
That's right.
So we've got the new Kojak's flyer right here. It's filled with fun. I put it over my face.
That's okay.
Guess I can show it right here.
There you go. Put
Like
it
Vanna
right there
White.
in between us.
Here, we can do it like Vanna White. And,
Reveal.
Yes, reveal. So we've got some exciting new things starting this week. We've got the $2,000 guaranteed free roll on Monday.
That's going to be cool.
We've got the $60 double board bomb pot.
That's going to be cool too.
Usually around $3,000 in that prize pool.
Love that. $60 entry.
Yes, $60. You can fire 2 or 3 bullets.
Come on.
and
Get
not
in
hurt the
there.
bank.
Easy.
Thursday, you've got the live stream coming by
Hey.
George and Charlie, if
Hey,
you can.
yep.
Yes. And then Saturday, we've got the $3,000 guaranteed bounty tournament. How much per person that we knock out?
$50 per person, $200 entry.
$50 make you holler.
That's what I'm saying.
Stack up those bounty chips nice and
Yep.
tall.
Got to risk it for the biscuit.
That is the saying right there. And then Sundays. We've got something brand new for you guys. We've got the cash game tournament, 120 entry, 3 levels of blinds, 1, 2, 1, 3, and 2, 5.
There it
20
is.
minutes a level. No late entry, so be on time. We can't
Be
stress
there.
that enough.
Be there, be square. But if you don't make it to the first one, probably got another one coming around. We're going to keep doing those all day as long as there's demand.
Yes, it's going to be fun. If we have 3 tables of action, it's going to be a super salty final table.
That's going to be nuts.
So after the hour, we'll get you going, and it's just going to be fun. This month at Kojak's is going to be super exciting. Not only is there going to be poker, but we're going to be cheering for all 11 of these players, plus the ones that didn't qualify through Kojak's, the ones that are going out and buying their own way in. We've got Mr. Moyer, who's qualified for, I think, day 2 in the Mystery Millions.
Love to hear that.
If you do qualify, send George, send myself, Charlie, a message on Facebook, and we will post that picture. We're already getting
Absolutely.
some in, so if you're doing good, come on in. Basil says, congratulations, Chris Murray.
Congratulations.
Man, what a excuse me, I'm about to say a cuss word, but what a hell of a May
What
Vegas
a
series.
Wild series.
This is crazy.
Twofer.
Yeah, twofer.
Two for 2 different main event packages. 2 hands was all it took.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe how fast that went.
That was nuts.
And I was about to ask, do you think it'll make over 125 hands? We actually ended at hand number 90.
Wow. Well, I would have taken the under on that.
All right, so Murray's statistics. He had 37% VPIP.
Yep.
He had 22% pre-flop raise, and that came from right there at the
Yep.
end. He had 44% aggression.
44% aggression.
And he
That's
only
huge.
went to showdown 19% of the time.
That's all you need. That was good enough.
That is crazy how it worked. But once again, congratulations not only to Murray,
Hey.
not only to Keikoa for second place, a little over almost $3,000, not only to Frankie, not only to Eric, not only to Scott on all them, but to every person who participated in this. Without our members,
Yes.
we couldn't do stuff like this.
Absolutely.
We appreciate all of you guys.
And thanks to the viewers, everybody tuning in. Thanks for leaving us comments. We had a great time doing it. Leave us a like if you had a good time, too.
Yes.
And we'll do it again. We'll try to put together a watch party for the WSOP.
Oh, heck yes.
That
And we
would be
can do it
fun.
on here. And don't forget, 5-3 is the best hand in poker.
Hey.
We'll see you next time.